into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
I do feel good today. Very good morning. My name is Graham Richards. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in on what promises to be the most amazing day, or at least it's your choice to make it the most amazing day. Remember, it is a choice to feel and be positive. So spread that message of love and positivity today. And again, thank you so much for connecting with us. We got you for the next 3 hours. We're going to have a load of fun. Being a Tuesday morning, obviously we turn our attention to medical matters. Quite an important conversation this morning, and probably quite a diverse one. We're going to be talking about secondhand smoking when it comes to cigarettes, yes, but also e-cigarettes. A lot of misinformation going around, and I have a feeling we're going to debunk a few myths when it comes to the new trend of e-cigarettes, how healthy or unhealthy at least they are for us, and what they do to those around us. What is that secondhand smoke doing in particular to children? Something we all need to really be aware of. We're also going to be taking a look at the importance of the immune system. So vital, not just at this time of the year. We know in winter we have a focus on keeping our immune system healthy, but with so many nasties going around at the moment, what can we do to bolster our immune system, keep ourselves holistically healthy? And then in the hot seat today, we absolutely love him. Love is in the air. Where is your boyfriend? Today, Robin Peters is in the house for a little bit of preparation for Valentine's Day. He's going to get us feeling the love today. So it should be one of those really special combinations of entertainment, amazing food, great fashion, and some awesome lifestyle influences as well. Speaking of which, let's see how our team is getting on in the beauty room. Morning, gang.
Hey, very good morning to you, Mr. Graham Richards, Katahamaboy, alongside Jamie Lee Domberg reporting for duty this morning. So what's this new trend?
It's like this song, it went viral. It's like, where is your boyfriend? It is Valentine. I don't know, it sounds like, I'll show you during the break. You're going to be like... Oh.
Is it on TikTok?
No, I don't think it's on TikTok. It was like, it was Kutle's WhatsApp status. That's how I saw it, you know? Keeping up with the trends. Keeping up with the trends.
Oh, man. All right. Well, of course, we always want to help you keep up with the weather, at least this time of the morning as you're getting ready. Taking a look at the mother city. Temperatures seem to be heating up a little bit, reaching the mid-20s, and humidity levels will be on the high side, so be prepared for some uncomfortable conditions. So with that said, I do need your help at home a little bit in deciding how to finish off my outfit this morning. So we've got two options, and let me have you see so that you can decide. So we've got the combination of the denim shirt with a crisp white shirt on the inside.
Okay.
Lovely layering option over there, which you could always, if it gets a bit too hot, take off the denim shirt. Maybe even tie it around the waist if you want, depending on what kind of vibe you're into for the day. Or a golf shirt with this lovely, lovely tropical fern print, if you will. So these are the two options. Let me know on Facebook, Expresso Morning Show SABC3, which of these two I should wear to complete my outfit, which at the moment, sans the blue shirt I'm wearing, consists of blue jeans and black Chelsea boots.
I'm actually feeling this denim and white. I feel like denim on denim is a thing right now.
This is how you're seeing me for the day?
Yeah, I actually see it, and I love the shoes with it. So I think it would pair nicely. But of course, you are in studio, so if you want to feel light and comfortable. But it's not my choice, it's your choice at home. So make sure to make the right choice so that he can look on fleek for the entire day.
There we go. Yeah. So I'm going to just hang these up over here, and we will wait upon your votes on Expresso Morning Show SABC3. We've put up a poll over there, so take a look and let us know.
Love it. Bernice, my face is not done yet, girl. Where you at, girl?
Bernice is running in from like...
Bernice is like running in.
Did you forget about us, Bernice?
My glam look is not done.
You ran a mile to get here.
I'm sorry, I was checking the schedule. I'm like, who's the first guest?
Oh, bless your heart. But I just want to finish my brow up because I am not trying to go with one half like of my brow not done. So just finish that glam, girl.
Sorry, I'm not a British.
You got such a fright.
I hear my name. I'm like, oh no.
Welcome to live TV, everybody.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with the brow and the general makeup?
So we actually just finishing it off. As you can see, it is filled in already, but it's just to neaten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's about it. It's actually nice to do the corners with a brow gel
Okay.
instead of a shadow.
There we go. I see you've got your pinky on Jamie.
I know, it's
No.
each to their own, but it's just my way of like
I was about to ask
balancing,
what your technique. Because some
Yes.
people like to have that little
the
pad on the, or sponge
I don't
on
know,
there.
sometimes I'm so scared I suffocate them. So I actually just keep my pinky on. But like nice tips for brows. You obviously get different products to use, but if you want to keep it nice and simple, or natural, the best way is to actually use like a powder instead of a harsh pencil, or you can finish it off with a pencil or like a creamy yes. So what we normally do is we do shadow here, and then we finish it off at the ends with just a little bit of like whatever you would like, pencil or cream.
There we go.
That must be so relaxing, Jamie. Do you sometimes fall asleep in the morning?
All the time, but they shout at me all the time because I'm always like into my pants. So
Yeah,
now
looking
we'll finish it on live
around.
TV. But today the look is done. Bernice slayed my face one more time. And now that we are all set, of course, for your morning, let's check up on the rest of the team.
But you can run back and just make sure you get the rest of the
Valentine's is coming. Where is your boyfriend? Hello, Sis Princess.
Hello, Nona.
Kunjani?
Ndiyaphila nkosinjani wena?
The right thing going. It feels so good just walking into studio there. Like electricity, it's fresh. You smell fresh coffee, absolutely amazing. How do you drink your coffee? What are you having?
It's a flat white for me. Extra strong, extra shots. Princess knows that I need a kick up with the
Cappuccino
this time of the
for
day. Gold, I've got to say, you looked amazing at the Met. How was it?
Absolutely amazing. You look so cool. But he's such a cool
Thank you,
kid.
man.
He
Thank
literally walked in, just sussed the vibe, and he was like, I'm out.
I'm out of here, man. Came to support my peeps, came to support the show. No, it was awesome. And everyone looked absolutely amazing. So we're going to continue on that trend this morning, hopefully inspire you to be a little bit more fashionable, to help Kat decide how he can be more fashionable this morning, help choose his poll this morning. You can go onto our Facebook page to help him decide which look he is going to be going for. But we are jam-packing it in this morning.
Yes.
And Robin Peters is here. You know, I was joking about getting those Valentine's feels, but he is going to make us feel it. So hopefully make you not feel too lonely this morning.
Some FOMO.
Some FOMO, but we'll inspire you to feel the love today.
We are definitely going to be feeling the love today. Like they said, Robin Peters is in studio, Elvira, Paxton Phillies, Craig Lucas, all the big names is in studio today. Now it is Tuesday Tunes, and we would like to find out by you, which artist would you love to see performing live on #Expresso Show? Let us know on social media, Expresso Morning Show on SABC3, and of course use that all-important #Expresso Show. We would love to hear who do you think internationally, locally, we want them coming through. Let us know, but of course we have a jam-packed show for you. But now let's find out what's cooking in the kitchen.
Oh man, this looks awesome. This is my vibe. Nicole? Something smells amazing, very quintessential Italian flavors, minus the dairy. We're making lactose-free tomato, I think I'm selling it short, just calling it tomato pasta, but it looks amazing. What's on the cards today?
So this is a lactose-free option for our lactose-sensitive viewers. And we are putting some tomato, we've got some chili, oregano, garlic, parmesan. Parmesan is actually one of those cheeses that lactose people can have.
Oh wow, doesn't contain any dairy.
Yeah, so it's very, very yummy. So I'm just getting the onions on the go. I've got some pasta heating up for our final plate. And then Teresa's going to be showing us exactly how to do it.
It looks amazing. I love the fresh basil. The additive just gives it that pop. This pasta is sitting here glistening in the light. How do you know when your pasta is ready? When they say al dente, what exactly does that mean?
So it means it's firm to the bite. So
Okay.
I always taste my pasta by actually eating it. And some people use it.
That's the reason.
Yeah, you just take a bite, and if you feel that like it must just be a little bit
Got a little bite back.
firm, right? then you can also use the back of a wooden spoon, and if it slices through beautifully, then you know it's cooked as well.
What about throwing it on the roof?
No,
Can you-
Graham,
Oh, come
that's
on,
just
man.
a big mess.
I don't know how my floor manager will feel about that, but I might just do it anyway. But no, the keyword here is Clover to 33728. You can cook along our lactose-free tomato pasta, and then some is all yours to make this morning. Looks and smells delicious. All right, so while I stuff my face, we're going to get back into those news headlines, get you set for the day ahead.
Well, it's 10 minutes past 6 o'clock this morning, and here are your news headlines. On the national front, South Africa's main business lobby group, Business Unity South Africa, has welcomed proposals by COSATU to rescue debt-stricken power utility Eskom. COSATU yesterday presented its plan to the President's Working Council and suggested that state-owned institutions take over 254 billion rand of Eskom's debt. Now, that would leave Eskom with 200 billion rand of debt, an amount the utility has previously said it could manage. Meanwhile, Eskom says it will try to suspend load shedding between 4 and 6 p.m. and 6 and 9 a.m. to help ease traffic congestion. Now, the Western Cape government is tightening its safety plan in a bid to combat crime. Some 500 law enforcement officers will be deployed later this month in communities most affected by violence in Cape Town. Western Cape MEC for Community Safety, Albert Fritz, said the second group of 500 officers was expected to be appointed by July this year. Eventually, the initiative will see 3,000 safety officers and 150 investigators trained and deployed over the next 3 years. On the international news front, the U.S. has invited the head of Sudan's governing body to Washington, the first such visit in more than 3 decades. Sudan said Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan would go to the United States soon to discuss ways of developing bilateral ties. He has been the head of Sudan's Sovereign Council since August under a transitional power-sharing deal. Sudan remains on the list of state sponsors of terrorism, but Washington has hinted that it may be removed from the blacklist soon. Now, Iran will launch a satellite into orbit by the end of this week, a government minister said yesterday, as part of a fledgling program that the United States says is a cover for ballistic missile development. Iran had at least 2 failed satellite launches last year. The United States fears long-range ballistic technology used to put satellites into orbit could also be used to launch nuclear warheads. Tehran denies that satellite activity is a cover for missile development. And now let's meet new Grumpy Cat. Now, when arguably the internet's most popular cat ever, Grumpy Cat, last year passed away, aged 7, the internet community was devastated. She had 2.4 million Instagram followers, 1.5 million Twitter followers, and 8.5 million likes on Facebook. Now, Grumpy Cat, real name Tada Sauce, had feline dwarfism, which probably accounted for her distinctive facial features and small size. And although no cat could ever replace Grumpy Cat, a new kitty has emerged that seems even more grumpy. She's fluffy, adorable, and has one heck of a hateful stare. She lives in Taiwan and is most aptly named Meow Meow. Now, Meow Meow's human, Claire, says she also... She's also very distinguished. When hospitalized, she expresses her disgust for the world with such dignity that everyone just adores her. Wow. Class act, Meow Meow. Class act. And finally, taking a look into the world of entertainment, Latin music superstars Shakira and Jennifer Lopez delivered one of the most epic halftime shows ever at the 57th edition of the Super Bowl football clash in Miami, Florida. Reggaeton stars Bad Bunny and J Balvin, as well as surprise performances from J-Lo's daughter Emmy, were also highlights from the performance, which stars can't stop talking about. And we'll have more on that later on in our full entertainment report. On that note, let's take a look at the sporting headlines of the morning. Here's Graham.
We kick it off with cricket this morning. The Proteas will be kicking off their first of 3 one-day internationals against the ICC Cricket World Cup winning England at Newlands Cricket Grounds from 1 o'clock this afternoon. South Africa will be looking for a series win after England claimed that 3-1 win over the hosts in the Test match series last month. England has never beaten the Proteas in an ODI at Newlands. Then on to Sevens news. Sydney Sevens finalists for the Blitzbox. They've been pooled with Ireland, Canada and Samoa for the 5th stop on the HSBC World Rugby Rugby 7 Series. That'll be taking place at the newest destination on the Canada, Los Angeles. The Springbok Sevens team finished second in Australia this weekend after losing in a nail-biter 10-12 to Fiji in that final. The LA Sevens will take place on the 29th of February and the 1st of March at the Dignity Health Sports Park in the US. Then staying with rugby, but the 15-man game defending champions Marties got their 2020 Varsity Cup campaign off to a flying start after thrashing Shimla 67-16 in their first match of the new season. That was at the Donny Craven Stadium last night. The match between the Maroon Machine and the team from the University of the Free State had over 15,000 spectators. Now, the results from the first round saw UWC go down to visitors Wits 38-10, UCT Ikes beating UJ 25-16, and the 2019 Varsity Cup runners-up Tuks narrowly saw off NWU 42-40. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the weather.
Thank you so much, G. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. We got some through coming from Maureen Marius, sent us this blue skyline from Berlin in the Eastern Cape, where sunny to partly cloudy conditions are expected with an easterly wind reaching a maximum of 36 degrees. So a beautiful hot day today. JP Malherba sent us this beautiful skyline from Robertson, where mainly sunny conditions are expected with less humidity and very hot temperatures reaching a maximum of, wait for it, 42 degrees. So stay hydrated wherever you are. But let's take a look at the rest of the country. Now, if you find yourself in Polokwane, a couple of showers can be expected, ranging from 17 to 30 degrees. Umbombela, for you, it is 18-32. If you find yourself in Pretoria today, it's ranging from 18 and a maximum of 31 degrees. Johannesburg, 17-29. Mahikeng, 18-32. And for you, Klerksdorp, it is 17-32 as well. So again, a beautiful day. Now, northwesterly wind of 13 kilometers per hour can be expected for Kimberley with a low of 17 and a maximum of 33 degrees. Now, the lowest temperature for the first time in a very long time can be found in Bloemfontein with an all low of 16 and a high of 32. Richards Bay, 24-34. Thunderstorms can also be expected for Pietermaritzburg with a low of 19 and a high of 34. If you're out in South Africa's playground, Durban, the low is 23 and a high of 30. Now, plenty of sunshine can be expected from Tata, ranging from 16 to 38 degrees. East London, 23-33. Now, occasional rain can be expected for Craddock with a low of 18 and a high of 38. Port Elizabeth, 21-30. High humidity can be expected for you, George, with a low of 18 and a high of 28. A northwesterly wind of 24 kilometers expected for Sutherland with a low of 18 and a high of 35. If you're out in the mother city, Cape Town, 17-27 is your temperatures today. Worcester, 17-39. Springbok, 16-36. But what a shocker, the highest temperature in the country can be found in Uppington with an all low of 24, peaking at 39. And that was your beautiful weather for this Tuesday. Make sure that you make it a feel-good kind of day.
Well, it's feeling good already, and let's see if we can raise the stakes with another inspirational quote. And today is World Cancer Awareness Day. I don't know if you're aware of that. So we thought we'd connect with someone who had a very strong affinity to young children, but especially those suffering from chronic illnesses, in particular cancer. She was, I think, a soul, a standalone soul when it came to just showing humanity and showing humility. But with children in particular, she identified, and she was often pictured with vulnerable and sick children, and you could see the connection that she made. I'm talking about none other than the inspirational Princess Diana, and in fact she was a patron of the Royal Marsden Hospital, known for treating childhood cancers, likewise the Great Ormond Street Hospital for Children, and she was often pictured in these heartbreaking scenes comforting young and small children. Wow. So this morning we thought we'd bring what looks like a pretty amazing quote from Princess Di.
Yeah, what an incredible human being, and she once had this to say: life is mostly froth and bubble, but two things stand like stone: friendship in another's trials and courage in your own.
You can almost hear her voice saying it as well. That's beautiful, eh?
Wow.
I'm trying to process it, actually.
The two things that stand like stone in your life journey: friendship in another's trials and courage in your own. Man.
So meaning you can't go through life alone?
No, meaning that, you know, with everything that goes on in life, there's so much to just kind of not be concerned with other than these two things that are the core of it all. To be a friend to somebody who's going through the most, and to have courage whilst you are going through the most.
That's so selfless.
Absolutely love it. So that's coming to you from Princess Di. Jamie Lee, you can come and join us as we process those wise words. Lots on the way this morning. We'll introduce you to our special act this morning. Robin Peters is here to provide a little bit of love, and we're going to be back in the kitchen in just a moment. We'll see you now.
Hey, wrap up.
Oh no, I thought we were being counted out though.
For the quote.
Oh. Well, then you must say, okay, now going into a like they must communicate. Yeah. Why?
Get off. Good morning, guys.
Annulling. Dun dun dun. Then Malawi's Constitutional Court yesterday ordered new elections after annulling the results of a vote that re-elected President Peter Mutharika in May last year, citing widespread irregularities. The case has gripped the nation and kept Malawians glued to their radios for hours on end, listening to live broadcasts of witnesses presenting evidence of alleged vote rigging during a 6-month-long hearing. Yesterday, security was tightened with a heavy military presence around the court, and businesses pulled down their shutters for the week, fearing violence would erupt.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is a Tuesday morning, the start of a brand new day. Thanks so much for joining us. So good to be in your company. Now, it is tried and tested wisdom that you don't truly know someone until you've walked in their shoes. And this applies particularly to tens of thousands of children who don't even have a pair of school shoes in which they can walk to their lessons in the morning.
Affecting so many more than you would think. So that's where the Clover Crush Share the Goodness campaign began. And from the ground up by donating 20,000 pairs of brand shiny new Smart Step school shoes to kids across the country.
The need for school shoes was clear as day at Madume Primary in Orange Farm. So the hashtag Crush Goodness campaign were here to start 2020 off on the right foot.
Today is such an incredible day out here at Madume Primary School. There's a definite air of excitement. The Crush Goodness crew have arrived to give away some Smart Step school shoes to some 926 excited learners. And of course, we can't wait to join in on all the action. Let's go.
The 10,000 pairs of school shoes given to primary school kids in year 1 of the campaign already had a huge impact. Seeing that, Crush doubled their commitment in 2019 and 2020.
Eddie, you have been part of the Clover Crush Goodness journey for the past 3 years now. How has being part of this experience benefited you?
Every single year it just becomes more and more amazing. Being able to reach more and more kids who come from, families that cannot afford, it really has made me grow as a human being. I kid you not, every single day I even practice sharing goodness in my community, even in my household. That is how much this campaign has meant to me. And I hope, as much as it meant to me, it means a lot to the kids that we have visited.
With me is the principal of Madume Primary School, Mr. Kaki. Talk to us a little bit about how you felt your school being selected to receive this generous donation.
Sir, it was a moment of joy, a moment of blessings, and it was a moment of hope. Hope whereby our children could see a future. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and for that we are extremely grateful.
And can you tell us more about the history of this primary school?
Madume Primary School started off in 91. In 91 we were twining with other schools, but the community got together, and together with government we established Madume Primary School. We are proud to say we have a roll of 950 children, a staff of 40, and we are growing.
Central to the excitement is having a much-loved national media celebrity like actor Clement Maosa fully involved in the handover of shoes to the children.
Clement, you were here last November when this school was announced as one of the beneficiaries for this brilliant campaign. How does it feel like being part of today?
It is so amazing, man. For me, a day like this, it's so important because that's the day where we get to interact with the kids that will be, given the shoes to, and just to know that there's an initiative that's all about sharing goodness. For me, it's something that's very, very close to my heart. So it is such an honor for me to be a part of it. I'm really, really ecstatic.
Receiving these shoes gives our children hope. So now they have to concentrate only on the classwork and forget about the shoes, the food, because we have that in place. And now the main idea is the teaching and learning. And so that they can progress and add value to our school and to the community.
Teachers, celebrities and Crush can all rest assured of the lasting impact in each pair of quality Smart Step school shoes, made to look good through all the wear, tear, rough and tumble that kids put them through.
I am loving my brand new shoes. I am so happy. I feel so happy. I feel so happy. I like everything about my new school shoes.
These kind of projects are very important because South Africans, we have lost touch of one another. And these kind of campaigns are the ones that bring back our Ubuntu. So, for Clover to be able to do this, it's a way to say, look, we need to remember that we as South Africans, we need to look out for other South Africans who are less fortunate than us. So let's do it, let's share the goodness and the love.
It's no secret that I'm a villager. I grew up in the villages and similar background, if I may put it that way. So I know how it feels, to go to school without school shoes. I know how it feels, to be laughed at by other kids. I also know how it feels, to just walk barefoot to school every single day, all in the name of getting educated. So today, I think, yeah, man, I'm also getting emotional because it's such an important day for me and for the kids as well. You know that feeling as a kid when you're owning a brand new pair of shoes. It's such an amazing feeling. So I'm really, really, really excited for the Share the Goodness campaign. It's really dope.
Thank you, Clover Crush, for everything that you do for us. Thank you for giving me the new shoes. May God bless you every day.
Thank you for everything that you gave. Me. I will never again wear pumps on the school.
With many more schools set to receive shoes, we'll be there as the campaign continues to spread goodness and lift spirits.
Man, the mood out here is so infectious. These young ones are truly excited and over the moon. Thank you, South Africa, for helping Clover Crush share the goodness across the country. It just goes to show how a little goodness can really go a long way.
Oh man, a little step in the right direction with a huge impact, a whole lot of goodness right there. So thanks again to all of the viewers, you guys at home who helped Clover Crush make this possible. Remember, if you haven't yet, be sure to enter the Clover Crush Goodness competition where you stand the chance of winning your share of 250,000 Rand in cash and 5 paid-up school fees to the value of 50,000 Rand each. That'll go a long way. Simply buy your favorite flavor of Crush, follow the instructions on the pack. It couldn't be simpler.
With your support, we are now able to donate 20,000 pairs of Smart Step school shoes to children in need. Celebrate goodness when you buy a Crush. Dial the number on the pack for a chance to win your share of cash prizes and school fees. Crush, share the goodness.
So good to share the goodness, eh?
Absolutely.
Beautiful way to start the morning. But another beautiful way to start the morning for me is to get my outfit completed. And this, of course, thanks to your votes on social media, on Facebook. I asked you, should I rather wear the printed not t-shirt, but
Tropical
golf shirt. Golf shirt, or the combination of the layered denim shirt and the classic white shirt on the inside. And what have the people said, Jamie?
I opted for the denim, but a lot of people came through and said, Charmaine and Kona said, white classic tee, it will look so good on Cat. I agree. Alton said, morning, I'll go with the tropical print. Shireen Abrams said, good morning, Cat. I love the tropical print shirt, love the design, have a super day. Renette Kupka said, tropical tee. Petler said, morning team, also saying the tropical shirts. I think the voter in, people are living for it. They're going with a tropical
and
shirt.
the winner, there we go.
Chosen.
I think everyone's kind of like vibing with the whole tropical thing because
Good
Tropical Island of Treasures coming up pretty soon. But thank you very much for helping to make the decision far easier this morning. I'll be donning this after the break.
Listen, this morning we are joined by vocal powerhouse Robin Peters, everybody. Come on. This morning we are in for a treat, especially Valentine's coming up. What should we expect from your performances today?
Powerhouse performances as always.
As always, I absolutely love it. Now, before we get the morning started, how do you take your coffee?
I need a cappuccino with 1 sugar. That's what I need.
Sassy. Robin, Peters with daily cappuccino with 1 sugar. With 1 sugar.
Thank
Absolutely love it. Oh, man. It's so good to see you.
It's good to be here. Oh, this coffee tastes amazing.
It's amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. Six Princess has got you on lockdown the entire morning. I can't wait to see your performance a little later on. Now, make sure to keep it locked to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, rather right here on SABC 3. Robin Peters is going to be performing a little shortly after this.
Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McCafe. Great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. The energy is so electrifying this morning, don't you think?
We've been taking ourselves to church on this
Absolutely, man. From humble beginnings to sold-out shows. Time is drawing near for Robin Peters to once again take to the stage for his latest production, It's a Love Thing Volume 2. It will be as spectacular as the previous volumes, if not greater. As this show is all about duets sung by an array of South African artists, he joins us this morning to tell us more. Hello, guys.
Hello. Have both of you here. This is so exciting. So It's a Love Thing Volume 4 that we're on now. This is incredible.
It's like a joyous, it's going to go on forever. It's going to go on forever.
You said it, yes. Speak it into existence. But for those that don't know, how did this concept of It's a Love Thing come about?
I had just come off a reality show, and there was that stigma of when you're a contestant and you die down and people forget about you.
Yeah.
I needed something
that was going to keep me alive and keep me going. And It's a Love Thing was birthed. It was difficult the first year. It was full, but it wasn't sold out. The second year, we took it to Grand Arena, sold out.
Wow.
The third year, sold out.
And this is like off of your own steam. It's your own idea. You're like, I need somehow a way to keep myself in the music industry. So I'm going to be brave and come up with this show.
Yes.
And off of your own steam, you're selling out shows, which is something that sometimes those who are very successful at these competitions don't manage to do.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
It's true. But, you know, it's weird. And I also like, there wasn't much happening on Valentine's Day. And I thought, okay, this is something. Here's something
You can
here.
capitalize on.
People are in love and we need to capitalize on that. And that's what I did.
And I can't wait for it. It's happening on the 14th of Feb.
Yes.
What can people expect from the show?
It's definitely power ballads. It's going to be big entertainment. Oh, what was it say?
Honey, it's your concept, so talk about it.
Yeah, it's definitely something. I think people are really in for the treat. There's fireworks, there's everything. We can't give too much away.
And dances and
I'm even dancing.
things.
It's a big production.
You're breaking it down.
I did dance classes for the first time. I almost died.
Wow.
It's a workout as well.
Choreography, the works. Elvira, is this your first time being part of It's a Love Thing? So you've been at all
From
four?
the very beginning. I'm really the day one.
Antique.
You need to give me...
She's the antique.
And it's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride.
Yeah.
Because
Tell
I
me what
saw
the
this
growth that
concept
you've seen. Yeah, tell me about that.
Definitely. More people, because the first year it was like, we did 3 nights at the Baxter Theatre, and it wasn't too much people, you know. But then we went to, for the second year, we went to Grand Arena, sold out. I was like, Robin, are you doing the thanks, my friend? And I've been there, so I just want to make a statement very boldly that he cannot do this without me.
Thank you. Thank you. Yourself. Talk about cementing yourself and occupying space. I absolutely love it. She's very serious. She's very serious. Now, Robin, you are featuring a number of, artists in the show. Which artists have you chosen to be a part of this experience, and also why them specifically?
Okay, so the artists I've chosen, it's Elvira, Karen, Paxton, Salome. They are dear to my heart. I love them all. And then I've got boys, the PJ twins. It's Lukman Adams, Noor Abrams, Keegan Martin, and Tara Cox from Joburg. Those are also my babies. So everyone, I always add people to my lineup that I really have a relationship with. That, you know what I mean? And they all, everyone on this show, it's actually like my perfect lineup in one.
Just listening to that, is this the biggest concert on Valentine's Day in the country?
I would think so.
Are you going to say country? Are you going to say Cape Town?
Maybe Cape Town.
Country.
I mean, why are you doubting yourself?
It's really, really huge. I mean, look at that poster. Those are some powerhouses of music and song, some incredible
Except
voices.
Elvira now, but okay.
Ice Queen, honey. The Ice Queen.
So obviously, selecting a repertoire for a show like this is absolutely crucial. You've got to get the crowd feeling the love. How do you do that? How do you select the song?
I think it was like, I was sitting on YouTube one day and I had to go through all the duets because also a Cape Town crowd is not... they know what music is.
Oh, yeah.
And they will tell you. They'll tell it like it is Aisha. So you have to choose stuff that really resonates with the audience and also that's going to work. Otherwise, it's gaat miss wat. Soos hulle sal sê, it's not going to work. It's not. So I've chosen like really latest ballads, like some of the new stuff like the Sam Smith, and I've chosen like the Celine Dion, and then I've chosen like Respect, and I've chosen all different genres that can cover.
All songs actually that require some vocal gymnastics, so you know you can sang.
Quick question I have for both of you. What is the greatest love song ever written?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's also a very good one.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Are we going to say Finally Found Someone?
Finally Found Someone is a big love song.
It is.
Yeah, that is like...
It speaks to me.
Who sings Finally Found Love?
It's Barbara Streisand and George Michael.
Yeah. Brian Adams.
Brian Adams.
Oh,
wow. G-Man coming through there with the nerd knowledge. Listen, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Book your tickets for the 14th of February. The show starts at 8 p.m. Tickets will run you between 125 and 225 bucks at Grand West here in Cape Town. It's a Love Thing, Volume 4. We got the cast here in studio to perform for you. you today. It's going to be a love-filled Tuesday.
It's going to be a love-filled Tuesday indeed. I love him so much. I love Robin Peters. I saw him on Saturday at the Met, and then today's the first time I'm seeing Elvira, so it's super amazing. It's going to be a jam-packed show. But we're going to ask you today to choose our Tuesday tunes. One is Winner Takes It All by ABBA, which Graham was just singing for me now. Graham, please sing it for us.
Winner takes it all. You know how it goes. No, it's awesome. I think to have two power voices like that combining for that will be amazing. But I think they are tending towards Finally Found Someone by Barbara Streisand and Bryan Adams, which I think is a beautiful duet, and I think they would do that justice as well. But it's not up to us. It's not up to them. It's up to you. You guys can go onto our Facebook page, go to that post and choose your Tuesday tune. We'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Clover No Lac. Lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
And made with love by us this morning. If you're looking for a lactose-free milk to give you the freedom to enjoy dairy again, then look no further. Clover No Lac, lactose-free, medium-fat milk, high in nutrients and simple to digest. So now you can really enjoy some creamy dishes as well, like today's recipe, a creamy, lactose-free tomato pasta here. To show us how is the ever-lovely Teresa. What's cooking good looking? What are we making this morning?
Yeah, we're doing some pasta today. This is a great midweek dish because it's quick, it's delicious. If you've had a bad day, it's like a bit of comfort food.
For sure.
Lots of flavor.
I was going to say the flavor is king with a pasta like this. I love that combination of kind of the creamy tomato with the fresh punch of fresh basil.
Delicious.
Beautiful stuff. Okay, where do we begin?
So we've got our onions going here. These are sliced onions that we're cooking up in a little bit of olive oil.
Cool.
So just let them caramelize. And we're going to add some aromatics. So we've got chili flakes.
Lots of chili
for
flakes.
A bit of punch, some oregano, and some garlic. Got to have the garlic.
Kind of go from Napolitana to arrabbiata. You can kind of up the chili stakes as much as you want.
Yes, yes. So it's a lovely flavor base. So just let that cook for about 10 minutes. Let those flavors develop. Let the onions caramelize.
Kind of bring out the sugars in the onion.
Amazing, yeah. I mean, you can smell it already.
Oh, it's lovely.
Lovely. Right, so we're going to add our tomatoes.
Okay.
So it's basically a tin of tomatoes, some red wine vinegar, and some honey. So again, lovely flavors there.
And you're ramping up the sweetness, and I think it's worth knowing with the garlic, you'll notice Teresa didn't add it right at the beginning. You don't want it to overcook because it is a very high in sugar
and
itself.
It'll
burn, and you want to keep that garlic flavor. It's so important.
That's it. So you want to let that simmer for about 15 minutes. It'll reduce and thicken. Smelling good. And then we're going to add our Clover No Lac. So this is going to add that creamy element to the
I
sauce.
love it. I mean, I'm thinking you could, use this as a base for a carbonara with some bacon in it as well.
Absolutely.
Love the fact that you can get the creaminess without the milk. Clover Nolac is lactose-free. It's a medium-fat milk, which is high in nutrients, as we said, and vitamins, and obviously much easier to digest. Sweeter than regular milk without the added sugar, which is worth noting, and I think that's why it works so well from a flavor profile perspective in this dish.
Right, season with some salt and pepper and let that simmer for another couple of minutes, and you can adjust the consistency of your sauce. So if you want it thicker, simmer it for longer. If you want it a bit looser, you can add a bit more of the Clover Nolac and just let it simmer till it's good, and taste it as well. Check the seasoning.
Yeah, taste as you go.
Add salt and pepper.
Always taste as you go. That's the chef's right, in fact. I think with the sauce, you want it to kind of be the right consistency to cover as much of the pasta as possible.
Yes, exactly. So this is our cooked penne. So just put some in there.
Cooked al dente, so it's got a little bit of bite back. And the keyword is a Clover to 33728. You SMS that, and we will send you the ingredients list, or at least a link that you click on, and then the ingredients are all yours.
There we go. Toss that together. Oh, that's delicious. And how quick was that?
That was quick.
So quick.
Smelling amazing. And you can make, I mean, I will eat probably all of this. So this is the kind of meal where you really can ramp up the amount that you are making as well. But I love the fact that this is, like you say, it's comfort food because of the bucket loads of flavor in there. But so simple to make.
That's it. And then dish up and serve immediately.
Yum.
Pop that in the bowl. Of course, garnish it with some basil, add some parmesan shavings.
Oh, lovely.
And that's all
interestingly enough, Nicole was schooling me that Parmesan is actually lactose-free as a cheese, which is amazing to me.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a perfect fit for the Clover Nolac.
Beautiful stuff. And you can see how we've managed to coat, and that's why it's important, I think, to add the pasta to the sauce rather than just pouring the sauce over the pasta. I mean, ultimately, the choice is yours, but this way, that sauce gets inside the penne, it coats the penne beautifully.
That's
you get a full spread up. That looks so cute. And dainty for my 2-year-old child. What kind of a serving size is that? What kind of a portion size is that?
That's a starter portion for you.
That's an entree right there. No, it smells amazing. I love this. Quick, simple, easy, with lots of flavor. Perfect comfort food. Let's see how we made it.
Be free with Clover Nolac lactose-free medium fat milk and this delicious recipe for a creamy lactose-free tomato pasta. A great dinner for the whole family. Add a touch of pride to a saucepan, followed by 2 chopped onions, and saute until fragrant. Next, add a clove of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of chili flakes, and saute for a further 10 minutes. Add 1 tin of chopped tomatoes, 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of honey, stir and simmer for 15 minutes. Pour half a cup of Clover Nolac lactose-free medium fat milk into the tomato sauce. Stir and cook for another 5 minutes. Then add 500 grams of cooked and drained penne pasta and season to taste. Once combined, add grated parmesan to serve. Perfect for a midweek meal, serve this simple lactose-free pasta with a crispy green salad on the side.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, man, I wish you could experience the smells coming off this delicious dish. Well done. The keyword again is Clover to 33728, and you can be creating this lactose-free, delicious pasta. So I've got 2 forks here. Not for you, not for me. We've got some special guests in studio this morning. Paxton, Craig, I want you to come get ready to be introduced to some amazing flavors in just a moment. I might steal one now. Just one little.
Clover Nolac, lactose-free milk that lets you enjoy dairy again. Made with love by Clover.
Okay, before I devour this whole bowl, we better get Paxton and Craig in here. Come in here, guys. Of course, they'll be joining Robin Peters for It's a Love Thing at the Grand Arena on Valentine's Day. That is your fork. That is your fork. How are you doing, love?
I'm good.
See, you just come straight in. You don't even say hello. You just eat my food. Hey? Nice.
Why I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. This is actually lactose-free, guys. We made it with our Nolac lactose-free milk to add the creaminess.
Good.
It's lovely. It's got a little bit of heat, a little bit of chili, but it's...
That's good for us because milk is really bad when you sing. So
I didn't know
it's
that.
really yummy.
Come on, says the vocalist. No ways. Did you go in for a second bite there? You can have it. In fact, that's your bowl. That's your bowl.
We can take it with us when we go sit down here.
Again, the keyword is Clover to 33728.
Happy birthday to you.
Do the birthday shimmy. If I have like a dreamy look in my eyes, we've just been treated to the first sound check by Paxton and Robin Peters. Oh my word. Just stay tuned. We're going to spread the love this morning, but let's spread the love with our birthday celebratories this morning. And if you are celebrating your birthday today, you share it with some pretty cool, famous faces out there. Let's start with this guy who does a lot from the US, Robert Corddry, born on this day in 1971 in Weymouth, Massachusetts, as Robert William Corddry. He's an actor, writer, best known for his character as Joe Criddle in the HBO series Ballers, alongside obviously Dwayne Johnson. Oh, this dude, man.
Yes.
This dude, he is very funny. He is very, very funny. He's a cool guy, man. He's also a co-host of Top Gear America's 2020 for Motor Trend streaming service, which will be set up to debut in spring. So take a look at that. It's obviously a car fanatic, but he's a funny guy, man. So happy birthday, Rob.
Happy birthday to you, Rob. Now
thumbs up.
Just like,
Hey.
thanks, guys. Now, also in light of Black History Month happening in America, we have decided to celebrate a life of a woman who's contributed majorly to the liberation of Black people in the United States. I'm talking about Miss Rosa Parks. She was born on the 4th of February, 1913 and died 24th of October in 2005. Now, she was an American activist in the civil rights movement and famously known for her crucial involvement in the Montgomery bus boycott. She refused to surrender her seat to a white person in the 1950s, an era where racial tension and segregation was rife. To the First Lady of Civil Rights, also known as the Mother of the Freedom Movement, we celebrate her on this day. She would have turned 107 years old.
Wow, what a life. What a life.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, that's incredible. So hopefully that makes you feel very special today if you're celebrating your birthday. And we've got a couple of dedications that have been sent in by those who love you most. Let's kick it off with a happy 41st birthday to Aunt Yu. I wish you many more wonderful years from Paulina, Oratile, and Rafilwe. And then may this day be filled with lots of love, joy, and happiness. And this is going out to Nahum. We can just thank God for adding another year to your life. May you stay the happy, chappy, sweet boy that you are. He looks cute, man.
So cute.
Happy crown birthday to you, boy, from your mommy, Sammy, daddy, Nico, and brother, Eli.
Now, this one goes to Josephine. A birthday message to my sister, Josephine, who is 50 today. May God grant you his richest blessings on your birthday. Enjoy your day on the boat cruise. I love you from your sisters. Oh, she's living her best life today.
I was on a boat cruise this weekend. Josephine, you're gonna love it.
I am so jealous. Enjoy your day. And this one goes to Kernan. Happy birthday to Kernan. Hope you have a wonderful day. Lots of love from Marizan and family.
Oh, man, what a sweet picture. And then lastly, happy birthday to Shane. May God bless you more. Have a wonderful day. Lots of love from Shaylee and Jamie. Happy birthday, Shane. Looks like he's having a good day there already. Happy birthday to all of you. If you'd like to wish someone special in your life a happy birthday, best thing, send through a video. Please give us 24 hours of lead time at least. Send that video. You can WhatsApp it to 071-640-6551, or you can email us a beautifully written, handcrafted dedication to birthdays@cordova.tv. Happy birthday.
Well, it's 5 minutes to 7, and a quick look at the headlines this morning. On the national news front, the Department of Trade and Industry says South Africa's trade relationship with the United Kingdom continues unchanged after the UK left the EU. South Africa's trade with the United Kingdom currently takes place under the terms of the Southern African Development Community EU Economic Partnership Agreement. Trade and Industry Minister Ibrahim Patel said the UK remains one of South Africa's key trading partners. In 2018, the UK was the 4th largest destination for South African exports. Meanwhile, South Africa's main business lobby group, Business Unity South Africa, has welcomed proposals by COSATU to rescue debt-stricken power utility Eskom. COSATU yesterday presented its plan to the President's Working Council and suggested that state-owned institutions take over 254 billion rand of Eskom's debt. Now, that would leave Eskom with 200 billion rand of debt, an amount the utility has previously said it could manage. Meanwhile, Eskom says it will try to suspend load shedding between 4 and 6 p.m. and 6 and 9 a.m. to help ease traffic congestion. On the international front, a Chinese woman infected with the new coronavirus showed a dramatic improvement after she was treated with a cocktail of antivirals used to treat the flu and HIV, Thailand's health ministry has said. Now, the 71-year-old patient tested negative for the virus 48 hours after the Thai doctors administered the combination. Thailand so far has detected 19 confirmed cases, the second highest outside of China. 8 patients in Thailand have recovered and returned home, while 11 remain in hospital. Now, the United States has invited the head of Sudan's governing body to Washington, the first such visit in more than 3 decades. Sudan said Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan would go to the United States soon to discuss ways of developing bilateral ties. He has been the head of Sudan's Sovereign Council since August under a transitional power-sharing deal. Sudan remains on the list of state sponsors of terrorism, but Washington has hinted that it may be removed from the blacklist soon. And now, Kurt Schultz of Kurt Safari captured a once-in-a-lifetime sighting on Saturday in the Kruger National Park. The sighting was reminiscent of a scene from The Lion King. Kurt shared his sighting with latest Sightings Kruger app near Skukuza. He came across a troop of baboons which were noticeably restless. He spotted a young male baboon carrying something, and the young baboon crossed the road and clambered up a marula tree. After a while, he saw a most unusual sight. The baboon was grooming and caring for a young lion cub as if this was a young baboon. Kurt said it was not uncommon to see animals caring for others, but it was the very first time he'd seen a baboon nurturing and caring for a young predator cub. And now turning our gaze into the world of entertainment once more as the details for the memorial of fallen NBA legend Kobe Bryant are finalized. Meaningful tributes from the world's sports and celebrity stars continue to pour in, and the latest being at the recent Super Bowl American football showdown on Saturday night. Now, ahead of the big game, players from the San Francisco 49ers and Kansas City Chiefs lined up at the 24-yard line for a moment of silence. And more on this later on in our full entertainment report. On that note, let's take a look at the sporting headlines.
We kick it off with cricket. The Proteas will be starting their first of 3 one-day internationals against the reigning ICC Cricket World Cup team England at Newlands Cricket Ground from 1 o'clock this afternoon. South Africa will be looking for a series win and a bounce back after England claimed that 3-1 win over the hosts in the Test match series last month. So England has never beaten, in fact, the Proteas in an ODI at Newlands. Then on to Sevens rugby. Sydney Sevens finalists, the Blitzboks, they've been pooled with Ireland, Canada and Samoa. Pretty good draw for the 5th stop on the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series. That'll be taking place at the newest destination on the calendar, Los Angeles. The Springbok Sevens team finished 2nd in Australia this weekend after losing 10-12 to Fiji in that final. The LA Sevens will take place on the 29th of February and the 1st of March at the Dignity Health Sports Park in the US. Then on to the 15-man game and local action. Defending champions Marties got their 2020 Varsity Cup campaign off to a flying start, thrashing Shimla 67-16 in their first match of the brand new season at the Donny Craven Stadium last night. The match between the Maroon Machine and the team from the University of the Free State had over 15,000 spectators. Some other results from the round 1 action saw UWC go down to visitors Wits 38-10. UCT Ikes, they beat UJ 25-16, and the 2019 Varsity Cup runners-up Tuks, they narrowly saw off NWU 42-40. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's see how the competition out on the roads is looking.
We have reached the top of the hour. The time is now 7 a.m. It's time to have the first look at what's happening on the roads. But to start it off, we have a petrol price update. The price of petrol is set to decrease by 13 cents per litre, costing you 16 Rand 3 cents per litre. Diesel is set to decrease by 5 cents per litre, costing you 14 Rand 57 cents per litre. This is due to the appreciation of the Rand and a decrease in international petrol prices, starting the day off on a great note. Now, on the roads, starting off in Soweto, Gauteng, there is congestion on the M1 northbound between the Golden Highway and the Crown Interchange. The average traveling speed is 10 kilometers an hour with delays up to 30 minutes. So I suggest you step out the house if you have any place you need to be this morning. And coming down to the Western Cape, Khayelitsha, on the N2 outbound, there has been an accident before Muway obstructing the emergency lane. Please approach this area with caution. And lastly, Metro Rail Cape Flats line, there's an extended travel travel time of 20 to 30 minutes on the Strand Muldersvlei line due to sets out of service and current infrastructure conditions. That's your 7 o'clock traffic roundup. Now it's time for the weather with Uncle Tabsy.
Thank you very much, Kuhle. Very good morning to you, South Africa. Let's take a look at what's happening in the weather across the country. But first, we take a look at those beautiful sunrise pictures we've asked you to send through, and you have. Thank you, Pet Sankel, for this amazing sunrise picture from Durban, where mainly sunny conditions can be expected today, with high humidity and a light northeasterly wind, reaching a maximum of 30 degrees. We also got a beautiful picture from Samantha February, who sent us this spectacular sunrise. It's all the way out from Muizenberg, where humid conditions are expected, with unhealthy air quality though, and a light northwesterly wind reaching that maximum of 25 degrees. Thank you very much for those pictures. You can also get yours through to us by sending them on our Facebook page, which is Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Use that hashtag Expresso Show. And now to look at those temperatures, starting off with Polokwane. A couple of showers are expected there. 17, that's your low, reaching a high of 30, with times of sun and clouds for Mbombela. 18, your minimum, reaching a maximum of 32. If you're out in the capital city, Pretoria, 18, your low, reaching a high of 31. Josie Maboning, Johannesburg, 17 and 29, with Mahikeng starting off at 18 and peaking at 32 degrees. Klerksdorp, you can expect some sun and clouds over there. 17, your minimum, reaching a high of 32, with a northwesterly wind. It's going at 13 kilometers per hour. That's for Kimberley, 17 and 33, your temperatures. The lowest temperatures in the country today, that's for Bloemfontein, 16 and 32, with some thunder showers expected. And in Richards Bay, your low today is 24, reaching a maximum of 34. And Pietermaritzburg, you've got thunderstorms expected there, 19 and 34, with Durban starting off at 23 and reaching that high of 30. Out in Mthatha today, plenty of sunshine. It's a good day, 16 and 38. East London, 23 and 33. And occasional rain is expected for Craddock, 18, reaching a high of 38. Port Elizabeth, the friendly city, 21 and 30, with high humidity for George, 18, your minimum, reaching a maximum of 28 degrees. And if you're out in Sutherland, a northwesterly wind, it's going at 24 kilometers per hour, and expect those temperatures 18, reaching a high of 35. Cape Town, the mother city, 17 and 27, with sunny Worcester at 17 and 39 today. Springbok, 16, reaching a high of 36. And if you're out in Uppington, you've got the highest temperatures in the country today. Your low is 24, reaching a high of 39 degrees. And that's where we leave it for now. Hopefully that sets you up for a beautiful Tuesday morning.
All right, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Tuesday, which means all things health talk. And in our tech news, we're actually talking about the phenomenon of vaping that is kind of prevalent all throughout the world. You see it, man. It's on like YouTube videos of people blowing very cool smoke and but what about the dangers of that, hey?
And a lot of people presume that it's a much safer alternative to cigarettes. But is it though?
Yeah, that's the big question. And especially with the revelation that a lot of, 1 in 4 high school learners are actually vaping out there.
Yes.
Yo, all right, so yeah, a big update coming your way. Make sure that you stay tuned for that. And do, in the meantime, share your thoughts with us. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Find us on Facebook, and of course, we're all over social media as well. Hashtag Expresso Show.
Welcome back to it, you beautiful people. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, live on SABC3. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you all so much for choosing to start the day off with us. On the right side of bed, it's time for us to check in with what's happening in the world of tech. Google are working around the clock, making sure that they use technology to intervene in the health space. Breast cancer updates there, and then some news around e-cigarettes and secondhand smoking. What's happening, ladies?
Now, breast cancer is a condition that affects far too many women across the globe. Digital mammography or X-ray imaging of the breast is the most common method to screen for breast cancer, with over 42 million exams performed each year in the US and UK combined. But despite the wide usage of digital mammography, spotting and diagnosing breast cancer early remains a challenge. Now, over the last 2 years, Google has been working with leading clinical research partners in the UK and US to see if artificial intelligence could improve the detection of breast cancer. Their AI model spotted breast cancer in a de-identified screening mammograms where identifiable information has been removed with greater accuracy, fewer false positives and fewer false negatives than experts, which is, I think, absolutely incredible. Now, the model was trained and tuned on a representative data set comprised of de-identified mammograms from almost 100,000 women.
Wow.
Now, looking forward to future applications, there are some promising signs that the model could potentially increase the accuracy and efficiency of screening programs, as well as reduce wait times and stress for patients.
That's good. I love that.
Amazing. I love when technology helps with your health.
Yes.
And especially for this, like, I think breast cancer is such a topic where it's a big problem and women don't feel comfortable to go to the doctors, and now this will just take it to the next level.
Absolutely.
And now it can be identified
I love
earlier.
how it also ties in with our tech news from yesterday regarding safety, where you can use technology to kind of like find missing people, and now, you know, such technologies to the aid of our safety and also for our health
as well, and our general well-being. Cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and secondhand smoking. What's the latest thing?
Absolutely. Now, a string of deaths in the US as a result of vaping, or e-cigarettes as we know it, has prompted the Center for Disease Control and Federal Drug Administration to recommend people stop using these products until they discover what the substances are doing to the lungs. Now, the deaths have mostly been due to black market liquids, but they share common ingredients with off-the-shelf products. However, all the affected patients reported previous use of vaping devices, but there's no confirmed link with a specific vaping device or e-liquid. Now, the CDC reports so far indicate that most patients with this lung disease reported using products that contains THC, but may also report using nicotine. Now, some patients reported just using nicotine-containing e-cigarettes. Vitamin E is also a leading culprit being investigated, so that is hectic. Now, since no single product or substances has yet been linked to the disease, the CDC and the FDA are recommending that people stop using these products.
Wow.
Now, if you continue to use e-cigarettes, the CDC recommends that you do not modify cartridges or purchase them off the street, and that you monitor your health. Now, if you develop any symptoms of this lung disease, including coughing, shortness of breath, chest pain, fatigue, and abdominal pain, talk with your doctor immediately. Now, to learn more about this lung disease and its symptoms, visit the website, CDC website. I mean, it's so important that we speak about this.
Absolutely. I mean, I know a lot of people who've stopped smoking actual cigarettes and have migrated onto e-cigarettes because they're looking to gain sort of the health benefits of using an e-cigarette as opposed to a traditional normal cigarette. But if you're hearing these reports coming through here, it gets a little bit tricky, and you have to actually really be paying so much more attention and thinking about it. So do go onto that CDC website. But that's where we leave it for our tech this morning. If you've caught any interesting tech stories online or anywhere, do share them with us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3.
Well, perhaps that's a myth that needs to be immediately debunked, that there are any kinds of health benefits associated with e-cigarettes. There aren't any. And here's the further truth in that, is that just because you're not a smoker, that doesn't mean that you're completely not at risk, because secondhand smoke is a serious health hazard that claims the lives of many every year. Now, as we bring awareness to today, which is World Cancer Awareness Day, and encourage its prevention, early detection and treatment, we're joined this morning by consultant pulmonologist and head of smoking cessation at the Groote Schuur Hospital, Dr. Richard van Zyl Smit, and he'll be telling us more about the dangers of e-cigarettes, secondhand smoking, and also answering the very big question: do they cause lung cancer? Doctor, thank you very much for joining us on this Tuesday
Pleasure
morning.
to be with you guys this morning.
I noticed you shaking your head quite a lot during that last little discussion there when people talk about the associations of health benefits and e-cigarettes. And we're going to get onto that, and I assume we're going to actually shift our perception quite dramatically there. But let's talk about secondhand smoke first of all. What exactly is secondhand smoke, and how can it affect us?
So the general concept of secondhand smoke is that it's smoke that you're not smoking directly yourself. So first-hand smoke is a cigarette, you're smoking it, you're a smoker. If I'm smoking, whatever you're breathing in is called secondhand smoke. And so interestingly, it's a combination of both the smoke that you see coming off the cigarette, but also that which I've breathed in and breathed out. So it's the exposure to smoke that you didn't intend, as it were, to breathe. And commonly it's spouses, partners, people in the house. Children is the other big risk. And then, as used to be, but no longer, thankfully, airlines and restaurants, all of that smoke was secondhand smoke.
Yeah. How long realistically does it take for secondhand smoke to start having an effect on the non-smoker?
It's instantaneous. You've walked into a restaurant, you would have seen someone smoking, you would have smelt it, you would have breathed it.
So by that time, when you smell it, it's already in?
Absolutely. Your lungs are designed to clear out pollution. It's part of air pollution that we consider from cars and traffic. It's the same format, as it were. And so the acute risks are right there. Yes, they're likely to be small compared to you sucking on the cigarette yourself, but they're not without risk.
What are those risks? How dangerous can it be?
So we start really from secondhand. You forget about secondhand is in utero fetus, baby growing, mom smoking. And so there are risks to the unborn child of coming out small, sudden infant death syndrome, which is obviously a catastrophic event, has been linked to it. Young children, increased risk of ear infections, chest infections, and then in adulthood, increased risk of cardiovascular disease and cancer in relation to somebody else providing you with your smoke.
Yeah. Talk to me quickly. I've heard some people saying that secondhand smoke is more dangerous than first-hand smoke. Is that a myth, or is that true?
It's always difficult to say, is it more dangerous or not? There are more people dying from cancer from first-hand smoke than second-hand. So you can't be exposed to as much second-hand smoke generally as you can to first-hand. So it is with risk. Is it more dangerous? Probably not, just because you can't get as much volume in. And when it comes to cancer risk, it's always about volume and exposure. The more you're exposed to, the higher your risks.
I suppose it's pervasive as well, because you don't know that you're taking it in. Very often you're not aware that it's not by choice.
Absolutely. And then for the researchers, it's much more difficult to quantify. You know that you're a 20-a-day smoker, so I can quantify 20 a day for 20 years. If you're in a building, in a house, you don't know how many cigarettes you're exposed to. So purely from a research point of view, it's actually more tricky to do that association.
Wow. All right, so there's a lot for us to delve into, and I'm sure that you have many questions as well, especially in reflection of our previous story in the tech news about how people are drifting towards e-cigarettes. Maybe you might have some questions about the dangers there are, some of the misconceptions and myths that surround vaping and e-cigarettes and smoking in general. Do pass those questions over to us. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. That's where you can find us on Facebook. And we have the doctors in the house to answer all of those questions for you, which we will do after a short break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso and rejoining a very important conversation as we obviously take note of today being World Cancer Awareness Day, and in particular looking at the effects of smoking and e-cigarettes, vaping, and this morning on second-hand smoke and what that effect can have on our general health, and for those who are unwittingly taking it in, because that is, I think, at the heart of second-hand smoking. We're joined by Dr. Darren Green and Dr. Van Zyl-Smit. Docs, our friend in medicine.
Yes.
Dr. Darren Green, welcome back, buddy.
Morning, guys.
After much traffic this morning, thanks
good to be here.
making your way.
You don't look
here.
stressed out at all, man.
Right. I promise I wasn't vaping in the car on the way here.
The fumes of smoke coming out of cars.
While we focus our attention on second-hand smoking, can we quickly just even sharpen that focus some more and focus on what it means to children and the health of children, second-hand smoking, because, I mean, obviously their systems and their bodies are still developing. So at that young age, to be taking on second-hand smoke, how dangerous is it, and what are the dangers that we are talking about in that respect?
Absolutely. Well, I heard you speak just before on intrauterine effects already, with growth retardation and that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And I think for the growing child, the lungs are still developing. So until you hit 12 or 14, your lungs are actually still growing. So the risks of purely just lung growth is a concern. And also just immune effects. The second-hand smoke affects your body's ability to fight infection. Absolutely. And so the risk for ear infections, for chest infections are dramatically increased. And then again, they're cancer-causing drugs. And so you're not going to get cancer in children necessarily from exposure, but it's the start of a long-term exposure growing up in and around people who smoke. And so interestingly, the law itself actually says, although it's difficult to enforce, that if you're under the age of 12, you're not allowed to smoke in the car with someone under the age of 12. Now, difficult to police, but that's how the law has, how seriously they've taken this. Yeah. It's not allowed to smoke. You're not allowed to smoke in any childcare facilities where children are around. Schools are all smoke-free. So the law has taken notice of the medical effects and put those things in place.
And the physiology obviously changes as well with them being exposed at that age.
Yeah.
The thickness of the mucus in terms of the inhalation of the second-hand smoke. And that then leads to a myriad of different medical conditions that predispose you to infection and other lung function issues. But anyway,
let's talk about and expand on the relationship between cancer and second-hand smoke. Can, as an adult, after prolonged exposure to second-hand smoke, can you get cancer?
Yes.
Wow. Yes. Boom. Yeah.
The estimated risk is something like 20 or 30% higher chance of getting cancer if you're a non-smoker exposed to second-hand smoke. Now remember, not all cancers are caused by cigarette, but around 90% of lung cancer is smoking related. So there's absolutely no question that exposure to second-hand smoke, which is a cancer-causing compound, causes cancer.
There's one thing I must throw in there, and that's tertiary smoke, tertiary exposure. So we all speak about second-hand, but third-hand is also there, and that's when you have the residue of the smoke forming a layer on your countertops, on your curtains, and all that kind of thing in your home, and then you ingest them, obviously, with your food and with touching the surfaces and licking your hands, for example, as well. And that's something that we don't often talk about.
They're present.
So short of being a Tyrone and walking around slapping cigarettes out of people's hands, which would get into a lot of trouble, what are the ways in which you can protect yourself from second-hand smoke?
I think choose your friends wisely and where you socialise. I think you can be friends with lots of smokers obviously, but I think the motive behind the conversation must really be to respect and do no harm to the people that you actually care about, and be considerate to the community and yourself, obviously. But really.
And certainly the smokers that I'm counselling in our clinic, the big challenge is who owns the house, for example. So if you own the house, you can lay down the law to say you may smoke only outside. If you're a boarder or you don't own the house, your ability to protect your environment is that much more difficult. But certainly if you have the authority in your space and you do legally in terms of when you're at restaurants and outside, you actually are allowed to, if you really want to go that far, go to the police station and lay a charge against a restaurant that's allowing illegal smoking. So not smack the cigarette out the hand, but certainly you can lay a criminal case because it's illegal. And where you have influence, you can ask the smokers to smoke outside or only a single room in the house, for example, is not a bad way of protecting everybody else with not, in a sense, completely ostracizing the smoker.
You can work on that super judgmental stare when someone is smoking in the presence of your child. In light of several deaths being linked to e-cigarettes and vaping in the US, we're going to get into the dangers and some of the myths that need to be debunked around e-cigarettes and vaping when we continue.
Thank you, gents. And now, on a bit of a lighter note, think about this. When you want to tell someone that you love them or that you care for them, whether it's for their birthday or an anniversary, or you looking to wish them well as they recover, you normally buy them a bunch of flowers or some chocolates or a soft toy of sorts, right? But have you ever considered giving a loved one an indoor plant as an alternative? Well, here to explain why plants can be such touching, feel-good and lasting gifts is our resident planter expert, Plantify's head gardener, Andreas Keller. Good morning, Andreas. Always so good to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
You guys bring all these amazing plants, but it's true. When we think of telling someone or communicating to someone that we love, that we do love them and that we do care about them, it's a very easy thing to do to just go buy a bunch of red roses or a soft toy, right? But what about gifting plants as a gift?
It's a thing. It's definitely increasing in popularity for numerous reasons. People have really good associations with plants. They have that extra feel-good feeling. They communicate many different things, which I'm sure we can chat about a little bit. Unlike a soft toy or cut flowers or chocolates, you know, the soft toy will end up on the cupboard.
Or the dog might just use it,
grab it,
might have its way with it.
Exactly. But cut flowers and chocolates kind of, you know, they get consumed and then they're done. Whereas a plant is something you look at, you care for, etc. And so you think about this person over time to come.
Pot plants last forever. I love that. Okay, so this is really special indeed. But of course, there's lots of plants. There's a whole variety of different plants that you could choose from. How would you go about deciding which specific plants to choose for your loved one?
So there's no right or wrong way. Our suggestion would be to kind of start with the person in mind. Think of some attributes that remind you of this person or a quality that you want to communicate to them through the gift. So I kind of bought a few plants with to maybe play around with this idea.
Fantastic. Let's see. What have you got, ya?
So let's say you've got somebody in mind that's really quirky, but different. They have a unique personality that you really want to shine a spotlight on. You might want to give them something like this, which is a lipstick vine, and it's the Scooby-Doo variety.
I love it.
It's got these really quirky leaves, this foliage, which is just really unique.
You've absolutely hit the nail right there, because when you walked in here and you placed this on the table here, I was drawn to this plant. And when you describe the type of personality of the person that you would gift this to, it makes sense. Because this is the plant for me,
Right, so you saw yourself in that.
I'm this plant. This plant is me and I'm it. Okay, what else have you got?
So, I mean, another example might be the staghorn fern. You know, if the person in mind is, you know, is kind of graceful, you know, communicates kind of like an elegance or something. There's a timeless quality about this. Maybe you want to communicate something about your feelings for this person that might be timeless.
What sort of feelings could you be trying to communicate with this type of plant?
So,
Andreas?
I mean, you know, you could say it's super, like, elegant. You could also say, like, it's quite flamey and, you know, there's a lot going on here.
I want you. Okay, fantastic. This seems like a really nice one. I mean, I looked at this one and I immediately thought of, like, my mom. Would love a plant like this. Is there something about like that nurturing energy that this plant gives off? Or am I jumping Mangana a bit?
No, I mean, that's the thing. It's like if you read that in this plant, then, and you like thought of your mom in that process, like, and you want to gift her something, that is, you're just demonstrating exactly the process.
I suppose you could also personalize it too. So just because this is, you know, quite feely, you could personalize the card, for example, and say, this says to me, gives me a maternal energy, and that's what it says to me, and that's what it's communicating. That's why I'm gifting it to you. Okay, so I'm getting a hang of this, but you want to communicate with a message. How do you do it with pot plants?
So, I mean, it's really, so the energy you're communicating will be represented in the plant itself. But it's really important to always send a gift card as well. Just to kind of distill
the roses, it doesn't mean the gift card falls away.
No, definitely. Got to add a card, got to add a little note just to kind of condense the message and just to seal off the gift. And like we've realized that's super important and something that people value. So at Plantify, we offer that service.
Yeah.
It's kind of free with every purchase, whether it's online or in store.
Yeah.
And our packing elves, if you buy it online, will write the note for you. And have really good handwriting.
I love it. Yes, it helps when you're not able to get the gift to the person yourself as well. But Andreas, you've totally, I think you've inspired me so much. I'm already thinking of the different people in my life that I want to be gifting some pot plants to. Thank you very, very much. But we've got a competition for you. We know that plants are a great way to say, I care, I love you, or I think of you, or I want you. And now for some great news. Plantify is giving away a hot leaf. What's it called? Philodendron. Philodendron.
Yeah.
It's coming in. It comes in a matte black pot. All you need to do is visit Plantify's website, which is plantify.co.za, and pick a plant that you would like to gift a loved one. Then visit Expresso's Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3, and comment on Plantify's competition post and let us know which one you picked. The competition will end today at midnight. T's and C's apply, and they can be found on expressoshow.com.
So apparently the big question of the day is, Valentine's is coming, where is your boyfriend? If that is a question that is relevant to you, listen, don't worry too much about it. As long as you make plans for Valentine's Day, and one plan that you can make is to attend It's a Love Thing Volume 4 taking place at Grand West on the 14th of February. Get your tickets now. Take a look at that lineup. It's going to be absolutely amazing. The main man himself, Robin Peters, has brought some of his musical friends with him to studio, and here he is, joined by Paxton, now performing their rendition of Beauty and the Beast.
Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast, ever just the same, ever as surprise. As sure as the sun will rise. Certain as the sun, certain as the sun, rising in the east, song as old as rhyme, beauty and the beast, tale as old as time, song why beauty and the
Wow, that is absolutely exceptionally beautiful. What a way to start the day. Thank you very, very much. And this is just a taste teaser of what you can expect on the 14th of February. It's a Love Thing Volume 4. You've inspired love all over the studio. I mean, I heard Jamie Lee and Kuhle at the back there doing their own version of Beauty and the Beast. Ladies, I don't know if you just might want to break us off with something, Nyana, a little duet. Nyana, I heard it, you know, I was inspired.
Guys, there's something that they do to my spirit. It's just like... Ribbit! I have a confession, oh my word. If this is only a teaser of what is happening the 14th of Feb, I'm going without a man's. I'm going there, sitting single, sitting in front of Robin Peters like, sing for me, sing for me. But oh my word. What did you think about this princess?
This princess is
Why are you smiling?
This princess is blushing because she's thinking about her manses right now. I mean, on the 14th of Feb, it's absolutely going down. We don't have partners. We can be each other's Valentine's.
You're my plus one. You're my plus one. We got this. But you need to get your tickets because they are going to be blowing away. They are still going to be performing another one. Ooh, some muffins, you see. You are also my plus one now. So we are plus one. But amazing. That looks so good, though.
Amazing. Shem told me, oh, yeah, 90 days sugar-free.
But it's fine. You do you. You do you. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm a Venus. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Thank you so much for that incredible performance. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. Robin Peters and his team are going to stick around for more love-inspired performances, but not spreading too much love at the moment, obviously in light of Cancer Awareness Day, focusing on cancer-causing smoking. And the USA recently had an outbreak of vaping-related illnesses that were linked to several deaths around the country and thousands of cases of lung injury. And Dr. Darren Green and Dr. Van Zyl now share some more insights into e-cigarettes and the effects of vaping, not the healthy alternative.
Yeah.
Not.
Let's quickly debunk that myth very, very quickly. Or before we even get into that, how does e-cigarettes work?
So e-cigarette originally was a very simple device. Battery, heating coil, and liquid. And they looked like cigarettes, hence electronic cigarette. Nowadays, it's a computer with a superheating coil and a pod that you can add whatever you wish to. So it's changed from a simple device to a far more complicated, technologically advanced electronic nicotine delivery system. So it's no longer a cigarette, it's a nicotine delivery system.
Okay, how safe is it?
The question always comes up, and the question always gets answered, it depends.
Okay.
Compared to fresh air, they are definitely worse. Compared to a tobacco cigarette, where you have a 50% chance of dying prematurely, they are likely to be safer. And that's where I get into trouble as an academic researcher, where people start getting into big arguments as to how much safer are e-cigarettes compared to tobacco smoke. Is a very different question to, are they safe for a teenager, for an adolescent, for you as a non-smoker? Should you start using them? It's a very different argument and discussion.
We heard a rather terrifying statistic earlier that 1 in 3 school-going teenagers are now vaping or using e-cigarettes.
Absolutely.
Are they useful in helping people to stop smoking, or is it the same thing?
So the answer is yes and no, I'm afraid. Smoking is very difficult the habit is difficult to break. And so that was always the sort of holy grail, was that e-cigarettes would be a very helpful device. It mimics the hand movement, the tactile element to smoking.
The drawing, the pulling of a cigarette.
And so they have proven to be far less helpful than we had expected. The evidence is not very strong. But then again, however you quit, you quit. And so singing a song every morning might help you quit smoking. There may be no evidence to do that. But if it helps you, well, then it's worth trying.
It is quite an individual process.
Should we use them? Do we use them? Are they widely used in smoking cessation? Not really. The UK tend to be more proactive in terms of using them to help people quit. US, South Africa, we are not that excited as an option. But if you said to me, look, I'm desperate to try stop smoking, could I try an e-cigarette? The answer is absolutely. It's worth a try, but it should be a stepping stone to fresh air.
Absolute
Not
cessation.
I'm going to switch to e-cigarettes and stay there. I would argue that it should be a stepping stone. It may work, it may not, but that's the challenge of quitting cigarettes.
One thing that I think we maybe might have skipped over, I mean, we've gone from tobacco cigarettes to e-cigarettes, but kind of like the middleman, if that's a manner of phrasing it that way, but the hookah. The shisha, the
hookah pipe.
The hookah. In Dubai, they call it hookah.
Oh, and you know that suddenly people have gone,
hello. What? Because it's quite commonly used. So, and I saw you shaking your head, Doctor.
How dangerous is a hookah pipe?
So,
let's talk about
hookah pipe is tobacco. So it's tobacco that's burnt through, usually with a coal heating underneath. The fact that it's bubbled through water is completely irrelevant. The volume of smoke that you get in a hookah session is several thousand litres. It's as dangerous in terms of the chemical exposure. The same chemicals in your cigarette are in a hookah pipe. And then these really other little weird things like herpes, when you're handing your mouthpiece around.
And here I thought it was the cooler option. Come on.
Spreading the love.
Spreading the love, handing the pipe around. TB has been linked in terms of coughing in the same room, and so...
Oh, my goodness.
No, hookah is the same as tobacco. It should be seen as a tobacco product. It should be registered and regulated as a tobacco product, but it has this mystical, Eastern, politically correct, socially acceptable kind of thing. Absolutely not.
Word of advice, start with the herpes next time if you want to get that cessation conversation going, you know?
And then the secondary effects of that too, obviously, being in the room with the hookah. Exactly the same.
All right. Listen, I'm sure you have many, many questions to ask us regarding this topic. Please send them through to us, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3 on Facebook. We've got a post there, so just hit us up with a comment or a post or a question, and we'd love to have the doctors answer it for you.
Well, we all know that Tuesdays on Expresso, we're all about living a healthier lifestyle. We zoom in on health, and every living second, our bodies are constantly under attack from external germs and viruses. But thanks to our immune systems, they work tirelessly to protect us from becoming sick. With the immune system playing such a vital role in keeping us healthy, it's very important that we know more about how exactly it works and why it's so important. We chat to Ace Labuschagne, who is the training officer at Adcock Ingram OTC, on the importance source of the immune system. Ace, good morning. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
Morning.
Nice being here.
I think let's start right at the beginning. We know it plays a vital role in our bodies, but exactly how does the immune system work?
Okay, well, the immune system is a system. So a lot of people don't get that. But it's more than just one or two things. There's cells that play a role. There's certain chemicals in the body that play a role. There's certain organs that play a role. So white blood cells, very important. The spleen, very important. The bone marrow. So how the immune system works. So the body gets exposed to germs. Germs gets into the body. The immune system recognizes these germs, and then they respond to that and try to get rid of it, or they do get rid of it. So your immune system is basically your defense. It's like soldiers in your body, foot soldiers, very fancy CIA fighters, and they all do different things within the body, and they play a role in specific instances within the body.
And how exactly does it operate then? How exactly do these soldiers then work to protect you against illness and sickness?
We need to look at the immune system first. Now, if you look at the immune system, we talk about immunity, and there's three basic parts to the immune system. The first thing is called your passive immunity. You borrow that from a source. For example, antibodies gets passed from mother to child via the breast milk. So, but that is just temporary immunity. Then we've got something called the non-specific immune system. This is your skin, mucous membranes, so stuff that you breathe in gets trapped by the mucous membranes, and the body tries to get rid of that. There's also chemicals within the body, for example, histamine, that plays a role. When you get exposed to an allergen which causes an allergic reaction, the body responds to that. And then we've got a much more sophisticated part that is part of the immune system called the adaptive or specific immune system. Now, this is where things called T cells and B cells play a role. It's very, very intricate, and we can speak for the next 6 months about this. And then there's white blood cells. There's a specific white blood cell that's a scavenger that goes throughout the body. It attacks and then destroys damaged or dead cells, and also these germs that gets into the body, they take them out. There's also antibodies. Your specific immune system develops throughout your life. So the non-specific immune system, you're born with that. The specific immune system or the adaptive immune system, as you get exposed to different diseases or infections, your body grows stronger and stronger.
It adapts to that.
So it adapts to that. So, for example, you get exposed to measles. The body then produces specific antibodies for the measles virus, and then for the rest of your life, you are hopefully immune to the measles virus. It also remembers, so it's got a memory as well. So the next time you get exposed to the measles virus, the antibodies knows, I don't like this guy, and I go and I take it out.
So Ace, I'm falling in love with the immune system.
Are you? We were just saying that he always is prone to get sick. Can you then say that some people's immune systems are weaker than others?
That's a very...
Because I'm always sick. I walk in and I breathe anything in, I'm almost gone.
You know what? You can't really say that some people have a stronger immune system than others. I'm going to use myself as an example. I've not had a flu, so sorry for you for the...
Sorry, you just got
For 25 years, I've not had the flu. And I've had about 3 colds over the last 25 years. But for me, my body cannot fight fever blisters, for example. I get 12, 13 fever blisters a year. So depending on... Some people are just more prone to fight certain diseases, and other people just get sick. Also, your immune system can get compromised. So you get exposed to the HIV, and it compromises the integrity of the immune system. Maybe your spleen gets removed. The spleen plays a very important part of the immune system. Spleen gets removed, so it compromises your immune system. Severe burns can compromise the immune system. Certain drugs or diseases can compromise the immune system. So people get, their immune system then either gets damaged or something becomes dysfunctional within the immune system.
It weakens.
Other people, sorry, you're just unlucky.
Thank you for that, Ace. I really...
But we've got something for you.
I really, thanks for that. I mean, this is true salvation. But how exactly then can we go about protecting our immune system, keeping it strong, and making sure that we keep it intact as much as we can?
Okay, so if you're sick and tired of
I am sick and tired. I am. I really am.
The first thing that I usually tell the people that I train is be sensible with hygiene. Wash your hands regularly. Don't be blasé when you walk into a mall, and we all know some people touch the trolleys and they touch the escalator railings, but a lot of guys are going to laugh now when I say this, but just be sensible with hygiene. Follow an exercise program. Smoke and alcohol just in moderation. Eat healthy, drink lots of water, sleep properly, because when we sleep, the body, and then also we can take supplements as well. Now there's a lot of people that do not believe in these things, but the majority of the healthcare professionals really believe that we can support our immune system by taking supplements.
Let's just say there won't be a lot of handshakes being dished out from me from now on. Now that I'm after handshaking, I think now it's just air kisses, mwah, mwah.
Maybe that's a little bit safer.
I think so. Ace, you are an absolute rock star. Thank you so, so much. But you've got to tell us before you go, how do supplements like Immuenza then help and intervene to help our immune systems?
Okay, let's quickly look at supplements. You get everything that you take as a supplement can boost the immune system, or it's an immune system enhancer, or it supports the immune system. Now, there's some things that we call immune system stimulants, and then there's something like Immuenza, which is a immune system modulator. Now, a stimulant can overstimulate your immune system, and it can cause problems like vitamin C and echinacea. I'm not saying you can't take it, but you don't have to take it every single day. A modulator wakes up the whole immune system, so your immune system is now going to work a little bit smarter and faster. I'm going to use a bit of an analogy, and I used that yesterday as well. President Ramaphosa walks through Khayelitsha and he's got his bodyguards around him. Okay, so an immune system stimulant, these bodyguards attacks everybody around him. Immune system modulator, so the people are around President Ramaphosa, they will not attack the people, but as soon as somebody gets close and is a threat, then they will respond. And that's what a modulator does. So it wakes up your immune system, it makes your immune system more, let's say,
ready.
Ready.
On standby
to react. Activates it in such a way that if you get invaded, then the immune system just responds quicker and faster and more clever. Because it also enhances the communication within the whole immune system. So the modulator, it's you can take that every single day, whereas with your immune system stimulants, it's not necessary to take it every single day. So it just ups the activity of the whole immune system, and it then responds when necessary.
Fantastic. This is life-changing.
But the thing is, you also have to live a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, you've got to support it. You've got to meet these supplements halfway. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ace. You've been fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Now, well, with the immune system playing such a vital role, I think it's important we start taking the right steps in maintaining a healthy, strong immune system.
Looking for immune support? Remain at your peak all year round with Immuenza.
Wow, interesting conversation.
Very interesting conversation. I feel boosting activating my immune system right now. I've just noticed that this is what the people chose.
Yeah, exactly. This is what they chose. Yeah.
Why are you getting changed?
Speaking of your interaction with us on social media, we would love to ask you another question regarding this immune system subject. But when people get sick, is it okay for them to go to work, or would you rather they stayed at home?
We'll call it carrier monkey syndrome. Don't be that person that brings the virus into the office environment. But it's also very difficult in our unforgiving working environment. We can't take like a week off. When last did you take more than like a day off to be sick? So how long is that? It's a tough one.
So what do you think? Let us know. Expresso Morning Show, SABC 3. If you should get sick, do you think you should go to work, or do you just stay at home?
Stay at home.
Have a cup of soup.
Then you've got to get a doctor's note, which means you've got to leave home. And then
it's a lot.
Apply for your American Express Gold or Platinum card and get 20% off your food bill, or a complimentary appetizer, or a free bottle of wine every time you use your card at participating taste restaurants around the country. Apply now at americanexpress.co.za.
Let's slide. Alright. And we gon' get it on tonight. You smoke. Let's slide.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC2. It's a Tuesday morning, and of course, we want to wish you, our loyal viewers at home, a happy birthday. Now, if you are celebrating your birthday today, then you are celebrating with some awesome people. One of them, who is Cameron Ezekiel Giles, born today in 1976. Now, he's better known by his stage name Cameron, because he's an American rapper, record executive, actor, philanthropist from Harlem, New York, you know, guys. He's also best known for his highest charting single, Hey Ma, which peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. So happy birthday, Cameron.
A superstar. Well, now you know.
You know
him. But listen, if it's your birthday, we're about to wish you a very happy birthday now. But first, we actually got a video. This is a birthday dedication for what is this? Birthday for Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper, who celebrates her birthday today. Take a look at this. Famous
He's a rock star. He's a superstar.
Okay, you see, you didn't know the other one. I have to be honest, I don't know Alice Cooper at all.
Fun fact, though, about Alice Cooper. Cooper recorded a theme song in 1974 for the James Bond film, The Man with the Golden Gun. But producers decided to go with a different song and performer. So he's turning 71 today. So Alice Cooper, Tabsy, was born in the US on the 4th of Feb, 1948. He's a multi-talented artist whose talents stretch into songwriting, singing, acting, and is a radio personality. He's known as the godfather of shock rock, with his sounds influenced by a number of musical styles, including art rock, heavy metal, and industrial rock. So he's that guy. As you can even see from his aesthetic.
I think this is the guy from Kiss, is it not? No? It's not the guy from Kiss?
I don't know the guy.
Probably not. Okay.
I don't know her.
Let's get into the viewers, because so many of you are celebrating your birthday today. Now, the first one is Queeneth. A happy 23rd birthday to my girl, Queeneth Zonda. I love your name. May the Lord bless you with plenty more years, my angel, and always be the strongest woman I know, from the one and only Paula Numalo. That comes to you. The next one goes to happy 47th birthday to my sweet sister, Nale Malaudzi. You are my first ever friend, as we've grown over the years, and the special relationship we share continues to grow. I hope your day is as beautiful and wonderful as you are. Enjoy the little day, my sister, and that comes from your little sister, Poppy.
Listen to this. Guess who's turning 9 years old today? It's Princess Ciara, guys. May God richly bless you with all that you wish for. Enjoy your day, angel. With much love from Daddy, Mummy, Tamrin, Mika, Buta, Malachi, as well as Ma Helen, Dorian, and baby Kendrick. They love you, Ciara. Happy 9th birthday. And then we've got a first birthday, guys, to twins. Twin sons, Kumo and Kumuitsile. May God grant them many more years. Look at them. How cute. We love you so much. This is from your mom, Pimelo, and your dad, Modise.
And this one goes to Patricia. Happy 75th birthday to my mom, Patricia Governor. May God bless you with health, happiness, and love. Enjoy your special day. Love from your kids and grandkids. Happy 75th birthday, Patricia. And this one goes to Z. Happy 70th birthday to my daughter, Z. Hope you enjoy your day, from mom, Jasmine, dad, Lester, brother and sister, and close family members. Happy birthday to you, Z.
Cute. Keeping it going, keeping it flowing. The next one goes to a happy 45th birthday to the world's best mother, Elise Tuan. May God fulfill all your hopes and dreams. May you have an amazing day. This comes from your son-in-law, Fakir, daughter Tasmia, granddaughter Iman, and boyfriend Lee. Happy birthday. And then lastly, a happy birthday to Shamila Ramjawan, Queen Mrs. Johannesburg of 2019, founder of Princess D Menstrual Cup. Super mom, and always changing lives through the continent, always giving the disadvantaged children children and bringing smiles to their faces makes you the queen of hearts, and that comes from Sharma and family. Amazing.
Sounds like an incredible,
like
incredible
a superstar,
woman. Yeah.
Superwoman. We love that.
Absolutely.
That's why we live for your birthdays. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. But of course, if you have the loved ones celebrating their birthday coming up, why don't you let us know so we can wish them well here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show? Send us a WhatsApp 071-6406-551, a video 10 to 15 seconds, and we'll be sure to play it on here. But of course, you can also email us birthdays@kadova.tv. So from all of us here, happy birthday to you. Time for us to take a look at what's happening in the news with Kat.
2 minutes before 8 o'clock, and here are your news headlines on this Tuesday morning. On the national news front, the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy, Gwede told reporters on the sidelines of the Investing in Africa Mining Indaba in Cape Town that the government hoped to create a new power generation entity distinct from Eskom. His remarks came after his opening address yesterday morning, where he said government would give the green light to mining companies to generate energy for self-use without a license. Now, the Department of Trade and Industry says South Africa's trade relationship with the United Kingdom continues unchanged after the UK left the EU. South Africa's trade with the United Kingdom currently takes place under the terms of the Southern African Development Community EU Economic Partnership Agreement. Trade and Industry Minister Ibrahim Patel said the UK remains one of South Africa's key trading partners. In 2018, the UK was the fourth largest destination for South African exports. On the international front, Malawi's Constitutional Court yesterday ordered new elections after annulling the results of a vote that re-elected President Peter Mutharika in May last year, citing widespread irregularities. Now, the case has gripped the nation and kept Malawians glued to their radios for hours on end, listening to live broadcasts of witnesses presenting evidence of alleged vote rigging during a 6-month-long hearing. Yesterday, security was tightened with a heavy military presence around the court, and businesses pulled down their shutters for the week, fearing violence would erupt. Meanwhile, a Chinese woman infected with the new coronavirus showed a dramatic improvement after she was treated with a cocktail of antivirals used to treat flu and HIV, Thailand's health ministry has said. The 71-year-old patient tested negative for the virus 48 hours after the Thai doctors administered the combination. Thailand so far has detected 19 confirmed cases, the second highest outside of China. 8 patients in Thailand have recovered and returned home, while 11 remain in hospital. And now let's meet new Grumpy Cat. Now, when arguably the internet's most popular cat ever, Grumpy Cat, last year passed away, aged 7, the internet community was devastated. She had 2.4 million Instagram followers, 1.5 million Twitter followers, and 8.5 million likes on Facebook. Grumpy Cat, whose real name was Tada Sauce, had feline dwarfism, which probably accounted for her distinctive facial features and small size. And although no cat can ever replace Grumpy Cat, a new kitty has emerged that seems even more grumpy. She's fluffy and adorable and has one heck of a hate-filled stare. She lives in Taiwan and is aptly named Meow Meow. Now, Meow Meow's human, Claire, says she's also very distinguished. When hospitalized, she expresses her disgust for the world with such dignity that everyone just adores her. Now that's class. Now, taking a glimpse into the world of entertainment, we turn our gaze back at the 54th edition of the biggest American football clash of the year, the Super Bowl, which took place on Sunday night in Miami, Florida. Social media is talking about singer Demi Lovato's brilliant performance of the national anthem, how Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't stand during it, and possible romance prospects for rapper G-Eazy. And more on this later in our full entertainment report. Well, that's all that we have for you right now at 8 o'clock. Right now, let's take one last look at the world of sports with Graham.
So wrapping up those major sporting headlines this morning, big one on the cricketing front. The Proteas will kick off their first of 3 one-day internationals against the ICC Cricket World Cup winning England at Newlands Cricket Grounds from 1 o'clock this afternoon. South Africa will be looking for a series win and a bounce back after England claimed that 3-1 win over the hosts in the Test match series last month. England have never beaten the Proteas in an ODI at Newlands, so watch this space. Then on to Sevens news. The Sydney Sevens finalists, the Blitzboks, they They've been pooled with Ireland, Canada and Samoa, what they'd consider a pretty good draw for the 5th stop on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series, taking place at the newest destination on the calendar, Los Angeles. The Springbok Sevens team finished second in Australia this weekend, losing 10-12 in a nail-biting final to Fiji. The LA Sevens will take place on the 29th of February and 1st of March at the Dignity Health Sports Park. And then on to the 15-man game and local action last night. Defending champions Marties got their 2020 Varsity Cup campaign off to a flying start last night, thrashing Shimla 67-16 in the first match of the new season at the Darnie Craven Stadium. The match between the Maroon Machine and the team from the University of the Free State had over 15,000 spectators to boot. The results from the round saw UWC go down to visitors Wits 38-10, UCT Ikeys they beat UJ 25-16, and the 2019 Varsity Cup runners-up Tuks narrowly saw off NWU 42-40. That's a wrap of your sport for this Tuesday morning.
Thank you so much, G. Let's take a look at the roads. But first, there has been a petrol price update. Now, the price of petrol is set to decrease by 13 cents per litre, costing you 16 Rand 3 cents per litre. Now, diesel is also set to decrease by 5 cents per litre, costing you 14 Rand 57 cents per litre. Now, this is due to the appreciation of the Rand and a decrease in international petrol prices. Now, let's find out what's happening on the roads. If you find yourself in KwaZulu-Natal Hillcrest, there's been an accident on the N3 westbound before the Shongweni interchange. The right lane is obstructed and causing delays, so please keep a lookout for this. And then in Western Cape, Brackenfell on the N1 outbound, there's a stationary truck after Okavango Road obstructing the emergency lane, so please do approach with caution. And then lastly, on the Metro Rail Central Line, the train service between Cape Town and Chris Hani Captain's Clip remains suspended indefinitely due to extensive vandalism, so please use an alternative mode of transport this morning. And that's where you leave your traffic. Now let's take a final look at the weather with Tabiso.
Thank you very much, Jamie Lee. Here's a final look at your weather, but also a final look at the beautiful sunrise pictures we have received this morning. Thank you very much to JP let's start with Maureen Murray for your blue skyline from Berlin and the Eastern Cape, as well as JP Malherb for your beautiful skyline from Robertson. Pat Sunkel, that beautiful picture you sent through from Durban, love it, as well as lastly Samantha February for your spectacular sunrise from Muizenberg. Those are such stunning pictures we received today. We do it all again tomorrow, bright and early. Send your pictures through to our Facebook page using that hashtag Expresso Show. And now, final look at the temperatures across the country. Starting off with Polokwane. Today, a couple of showers are expected over there. A low of 17, reaching a high of 30. With Mbombela starting off at 18 and peaking at 32 degrees today. If you're out in the capital city, Pretoria, 18, reaching a maximum of 31. With Johannesburg starting at a low of 17, reaching highs of 29. Mahikeng, times of sun and clouds for you over there. 18 is your low, reaching a high of 32. With Klerksdorp at 17 and 32. If you're out in Kimberley, expect a northwesterly wind. It's going at 13 kilometers per hour. Your low is 17, reaching a high of 33. And the lowest temperatures in the country, that's for Bloemfontein. Thunder showers are expected over there, 16, reaching a high of 32. With Richards Bay starting off at 24, reaching a maximum of 34 degrees. And Pietermaritzburg, expect some thunderstorms over there, 19, that's your low, reaching a high of 34. With Durban starting off at 23 and hitting that high of 30 degrees. Plenty of sunshine today expected in Mthatha, 16, reaching a high of 38. And times of sun and clouds for East London, 23 and 33, your temperatures. Occasional rain for Craddock, 18, reaching a hot maximum of 38. Expect some thunder showers over there as well. With Port Elizabeth, the friendly steady, starting off at 21, reaching a high of 30. High humidity out in George, 18 and 28. And if you're out in Sutherland, there's a northwesterly wind over there going at 24 kilometers per hour, and your temperatures are 18 and 35. Cape Town, the mother city, 17, hitting 27, with Worcester at 17, reaching a hot max of 39 degrees. Springbok, 16 and 36, with the highest temperatures in the country for Uppington, and your low is 24, reaching a high of 39 degrees today. And that's where we leave it this morning. Be sure to make it a feel-good type of day.
So, loving having the doctors here to really dissect e-cigarettes and vaping this morning. Obviously, being World Cancer Awareness Day, it gives us an opportunity to investigate some of the causes of cancer, with smoking being a massive contributor. But we've been looking at the link between vaping and e-cigarettes and cancer and the myriad of other sort of health effects. And we've been asking you guys to weigh in with your comments or questions, and we got a couple.
Yeah, so you have. So Caroline Bock-Shirley says, what about secondhand smoke from people smoking virtually at the doors of malls? I mean, we have to walk past these people on the way into the doors.
I'm picturing her judgmental face. She's got
very,
the judgmental face on.
relevant there. But I guess the same applies here. And so what can people do then? Is it a matter of calling security? As you said, there is a law that forbids you from smoking.
That's the one place where the law is less than optimal at the moment. The legislation is promulgated, I think is the right word, hasn't been signed off, this 10-metre rule. So it isn't enforced as yet, but there will be a 5 or 10-metre rule saying you may not smoke within the entrance of a building.
Is that enough?
It probably is enough to get you away. But the other rule that's important is that you may not smoke if you can't see blue sky above you. And so if they're smoking under the entrance, that's illegal in itself rather than being 10 metres.
Okay.
But that 10 metres away from a door is coming when the law finally comes through, and will prevent people from smoking at entrances.
Yeah. Another question here came in from Tabang, who says, I'm addicted to hookah pipes, and every time when I start to smoke, my heart will beat faster than normal rate, and I'll start shaking too. Is this one of the side effects?
Yeah, certainly. So, I mean, obviously, when you take a hit of nicotine or tobacco, firstly, that's also one of the normal physiological responses, an increased heart rate. But we do find quite often, and in the emergency room, I've seen many people that when there are resins combined with the products that they're actually using, you can get tachyarrhythmias, in other words, very fast pulse rates, and people then can feel, obviously, the associated anxiety with those palpitations and fast heart rhythms.
And is that dangerous?
Yeah, well, those rhythms can accelerate to a degree where they put you at risk of developing, obviously, other symptoms, and where they can progress into deadly heart rhythms. So we have what's called an SVT, which is what's called a supraventricular tachycardia, and if not treated, that could be fatal as well.
Wow.
And herpes, buddy.
Oh, yes.
Let's once again bringing it back, and thank you so much for your comments, guys, or your questions. We released information about deaths related to vaping in the US. I suppose there's not a huge amount, because it's so new, there's not a huge amount of medical research around vaping and e-cigarettes. Is it starting to emerge that they are relating deaths specifically to vaping or to e-cigarettes?
So I think the answer is yes, there are specific deaths related to vaping. The problem from a research and sort of CSI point of view to try and work out what's going on is that they're fairly random, and it's US-based. If you look at the number of deaths, it is predominantly happening in the US. We haven't seen it in the UK. And as best I think the evidence at the moment, it's related to contaminants, products that are being mixed at home, or some of the additional things that are ending up in the vaping products themselves, which doesn't seem to be happening in many other places. So it's a challenging space, just because it's not the same person going down the same street being hit by the same car.
And some of them might have been
it's
smokers
fairly
before
random.
that. I mean,
absolutely.
there's so many contributing factors,
Earlier on, Dr. Darren Green dropped the bomb on us, popcorn lung.
Oh, don't.
Tell me
We're asking about the injuries involved with vaping and e-cigarettes, and we were having a nice discussion in the break about popcorn lung, and it's actually not what you think it is. But Richard has got some more info on that for us.
So popcorn lung is it's a fascinating medical story, and that workers in popcorn factories, so it's got nothing to do with the lungs, it's popcorn workers, were mixing your butter flavour. We're basically pouring the butter flavour into the popcorn. And acetyl, the flavorant in butter, was resulting in a very dangerous lung disease called bronchiolitis obliterans, where basically your lungs just fall apart, related to the popcorn flavorant. And this is a classic sort of CSI thing where CDC came in, worked out what the flavorant was. So that's popcorn lung. But where it comes to vaping now is that the same butter flavor, the acetyl chemical, is now appearing in e-cigarettes. So the concern is that maybe we will see popcorn lung again
emerging,
because of the exposure to the flavorant.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Can I still put butter on my popcorn at
Just
movies?
don't breathe it in.
That's the amazing thing with e-cigarettes, is that we assume that because you can eat it, you can breathe it. And so all the flavorants that are in cinnamon, butter flavor are fine to be eaten. But when you heat them and breathe them in, we see amazingly dramatic effects. So cinnamon, for example, is one particular flavorant that's particularly toxic to your lungs heated, but you will not, apart from the sugar hit from your cinnamon bun, suffer any other respiratory effects.
Sure. All right.
Lots to chew on. Thank you, gents. Yeah.
Absolutely. You can follow Dr. Richard van Zyl-Smit on social media at RVZ-Smit, right? RVZ-Smit, and of course at Dr. Darren Green on social media if you have any more questions. Thank you very much, doctors.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Well, it is a Tuesday, and you know Tuesdays on your Feel Good Breakfast Show are all about the tunes. We've got Robin Peters and Alvera now on standby ahead of their show. It's a love thing happening at Grand West on the 14th of Feb. It's going to be an absolute musical treat. And this morning, they're giving us just a taste of what to expect over there. And here they are with A Whole New World. Take it away.
Show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, tell you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under. On a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But now from way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Unbelievable sight, indescribable feelings, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world, 100,000 things to see.
I'm like a shooting star, I've come so far,
I can't go back to where I used to
a new fantastic point of view. I'll taste them anywhere, there's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you.
Those guys, such fine talent, a whole new world. Avera, Robin, Peters. I mean, you see me just jumping on stage. I almost have a feeling when you perform on stage at the Grand West next week on Valentine's Day, you got to get the tickets because you can tell what's going to be happening there. Emotions are awakened. I have a feeling you're going to have audience members actually just rushing onto stage to just want to hug you for it. I almost did it. This is fantastic.
Jamie is back up singing.
Everyone is almost coming to hug you guys. It's going to be fantastic. They're still hanging out with us here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of this, a bit later on, some more jams.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa, brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstar.co.za.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3. A whole new world, new places to explore. And that's what we want to find out by you today. Where are you headed in 2020? Now, there's no time like the present to start planning where you'd like to visit. And you know how certain holiday destinations seem to take over your entire Instagram feed nearly overnight? Well, how about this year? Let's make sure you're one of those people posting from the hot spots around the world. Now, to help fuel your wanderlust, we've got Travel Start's Linda Baum here to find out the top destinations that need to be on our travel radars for 2020.
It's a whole new world. We're going to discover a whole new world out there, girls.
Yes.
We're ready for it. We are ready for it.
And talking about a whole new world, there are so many beautiful places around the globe that you know we should visit. What are those places at the top of your list, and why do you think we should explore them?
Oh, thank you for asking, because I probably would have just told you anyway, because I'm so passionate about this. And I do think that 2020 is actually going to, for obvious reasons, we're going to see a whole new shift in travel, not so much away from the east, but we are going to be looking a little bit more into different destinations. Top picks at the moment. Rwanda is growing and growing as an African destination.
Really?
Take us to the gorillas. Take us to the gorillas. Amazing. And then we've got Zanzibar, which is getting hotter and hotter, very affordable, very South African friendly on the rand. It's amazing. Portugal. Turkey is the fastest moving up the rankings. It is in the top 10 destinations globally and the fastest mover in places to visit. So Spain, Greece keeps on growing. So and South America, bring it on.
I'm so happy that Rwanda, you know, representing Africa on the map, is on that list, you know?
Now, if you are on a budget, though, for 2020 and looking for local hotspots, what would then be your travel bucket list for that?
You know, I'm a little bit of a fan of our own country. You know, people come from far and wide to come to South Africa, and we don't actually get amongst our own country a lot. So I would say the Wild Coast, and a shout out to the greatest running club in the world, Harfield Harriers. I'm doing a 5-day 85K run there. If you don't see me in April, I'm still running 85K. But Blyde River Canyon you can go through, you can go see the Kruger Park, oh my gosh, and then come out of the Kruger and just go from Blyde River Canyon to Bergslack Potholes and see all of that. The Kango Caves, I mean, these are all like better than anything in the world, and they are in South
Right
Africa.
here, yeah.
In South Africa, girls, it gets better and better. Knysna, I mean, my gosh, get into the bush. This is for the Cape Townians. Cape Townians.
Listen up.
Listen up, okay? As one of your own, we need to get into the Kruger Park, okay? That is our greatest asset. Get there.
Yes.
Flippin' plane, bus, car, do it.
I mean, I've been to the Kango Caves and it's such an incredible experience.
Isn't
it? It is. It's absolutely beautiful. The garden route is a must for everyone. Now, the one place that you think people are sleeping on but shouldn't in 2020, which place is that?
Thank you once again for asking. I am now speaking from experience. I took my mum to Turkey and I mentioned how Turkey is growing. Oh, you don't even need, like, visas are so easy for there. You can just bing, 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 done. And if you go to Turkey, Turkey has a bit for everybody. It has got the religious, historical relevance. It's got, I mean, you can be floating down a river. My mum was right next to me. She was in Asia and I was in Europe.
Oh,
and we were, you know, right next to each other. It has beauty. The Cappadocia region is a bucket list. Should be on everyone's bucket list.
Yes.
Literally ballooning, hot air ballooning after the most exquisite places and like rock structures. You stay in caves. It's magnificent. Please get to Turkey.
You are
Sounds
literally
like
just
a dream.
serving us travel goals now. But of course, the one question on everyone's mind right now is how can Travel Start make this dream a reality for 2020?
Okay, please just, as always, jump online. Travelstart.co, www.travelstart.co.za, jump on Flap, and if you want to go by bus, our bus network is all yours also on the Travel Start website. So we'll get you there.
Linda, listen, honey, thank you so much for joining us today. Absolutely amazing.
Are we going traveling? We're going traveling.
We have to go traveling. Now, these are the best holiday destinations for 2020. But of course, the choices are endless.
It's a whole new world.
Absolutely. Get the best deals with awesomely affordable packages to destinations around the globe on travelstart.co.za.
We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.
Well, from exploring international borders to exploring our own back garden here in South Africa, soaring walkways, pristine wilderness, and of course the African bush, Tsulu, he set on a getaway of a lifetime to experience the true essence of Africa. This, I promise you, is the ultimate African escape at the Protea Hotel by Marriott Kruger Gate.
They say first impressions last, and the staff at the Protea Hotel Kruger Gate definitely came through with a great one. The welcoming was fit for a king and really setting the tone for the awesome experience ahead. After a great night's rest, it was time for breakfast, and I was spoiled for choice. Everything that makes a brilliant breakfast was on offer, but the X factor had to be enjoying it all in front of Mother Nature. That, for me, was an experience like no other. Let's face it, no holiday is ever complete without a little pampering. And with a spa located along the Sabi River, I really couldn't have asked for a more tranquil and perfect location. First and foremost, I was greeted by Dee, who is such a professional at what she does.
Hello.
So I had the pleasure of being pampered with the Knobgiri massage. I was very curious as to what this is at first, but on the contrary, it turned out to be such a relaxing experience. There's just something about getting massaged in the bush. That for me was an experience like no other. Just what I needed to get ready and energized for the game drive ahead. We first saw a male lion just lying there. but upon closer inspection, noticed that there was actually a female lion lying next to him. The guide mentioned that it was mating season, and that was the reason for them being so unbothered and relaxed. We also got to see some kudu, and just before the end, a herd of elephants. We also got a glimpse of a leopard, definitely a fruitful game drive. For someone who is so used to the hustle and bustle of the city, it was so awesome being one with Mother Nature and just experiencing the tranquility that comes with it. But I must mention, right at the end of the game drive, we found ourselves driving side by side, King of the Jungle. That was a 10 out of 10 experience, the perfect way to end a game drive. As the dusky night sky draws in, it's time for a magical African bush dinner under the stars. Experiencing the Protea Hotel Kruger Gate was such a much needed break. Ending it off with a dinner under the African sky was just the cherry on top. The food was amazing. I had a chicken stir fry which hit all the right spots. The ambience was to die for, especially when the dancers came out and made us part of the entire experience. In one of the most beautiful parts of South Africa, and I think each and every single one of us deserves to experience this magic. Even if it's just once, I'll definitely be back here again. This certainly has been an African dream getaway.
Oh, wow, that looks amazing. I want to be there. And of course, with Valentine's just around the corner, why don't you go and experience the ultimate African escape with Protea Hotels by Marriott. Go on to protea.marriott.com to find out about their amazing bush packages and get there.
Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards reimagined.
Guys, how stunning was that?
That was gorgeous. It looked like so much fun. I have FOMO.
Those drone shots.
Oh, man, that place is beautiful. Man. But there's so many beautiful places like that in South Africa that often when we think travel, the first thing we think is international. But if we look here at home, I mean, you've been to many of them. You guys have been to many of them around the garden route, all over the place here.
You just simply have to take a drive, Tubbsy. It's not, you know what I mean? Just like get on the N2 and then
If you're in Joburg taking a drive, you might have seen the butterflies.
Yes,
I've seen that before in Joburg. The butterfly migration, it is massive, like millions of butterflies. It's one of us. I mean, it's like so whimsical.
Is that why everyone was tweeting about butterflies?
Yes, and they were trending at some point, and I saw some cool videos.
Guys, if you've got a photo or any videos or anything like that of the butterfly migration, something beautiful, please post them so we can see for ourselves.
Wow.
Down here in the Mother City.
I have not seen this at all.
The migration.
Imagine driving to work and there's like a bunch of butterflies floating
How do you not feel
over.
positive? How do you not feel good?
Wouldn't you feel like it's the end of the world?
The dogs have sorted right in here. Welcome back. Welcome, pups. Bastion's just come and sat on my foot. Have you just taken ownership of me, boy? Absolutely love these pups. In fact, I love all dogs. They are our best friends. They're our companions. They give us the best snuggles ever, and they know nothing less than unconditional love, certainly when it comes to me. I'm talking about our furry friends, our four-legged friends, our pets, and now with a gorgeous selection of stylish accessories and homeware items, all, of course, from Woolies. You can truly spoil them, make every day a good day to be a good boy or girl. How cute. See, they're rocking some new collars there as well.
Loving it, loving it. Now, Woolworths Home has also collaborated with two local brands, which is Urban Paws and Benji and Moon, to bring a new range of adorable and practical items for your pets. Look at it's gorgeous out here. Now, these items include chic dog collars, as you can see, as well as tasteful feeding bowls, extra durable leads, and luxurious beds, living their best life. Now, looking at the amazing and rather stylish products that we have here in studio, it's safe to say that you can express your love for your fur babies, because it's a month of love, February, by getting them some of these exciting, bold, fresh, and edgy beds, bowls, and collars. It's going to be gorgeous.
They've got some saying. I love King Bobbus. Comes up and takes his place on the couch. You're being very well behaved today, guys. But you guys know that our studio is pretty much their home. They love spending time with us. But I'm looking at these beds now. My puppies, again, especially now that we've moved, they live on our beds, okay? So in order to entice them off the bed, they've got to have a super comfy, absolutely beautiful bed. And it's also nice when the bed adds to the aesthetic of the home. And you'll check here that we've got two beds being examples here. I love the fact that they are designed and manufactured here in South Africa. They are developed with the needs and comfort, ultimately, of your pet in mind. They are unique square stitch inner, creates a natural central dip for added comfort and support. And I think my pups would love this. And they are big enough for both Leo and Lola, my two dogs, to be able to snuggle in. Look at
Is that Leo?
That's Lola. That's the little peen snuggling in underneath a furry. She needs the comfort. There's Leo resting his weary head. They would love these beds. Obviously, dogs love to chill out. Sausage dogs, they're either like full on, and then they chill out, 100% relaxed. And I think these beds would work perfectly for them. They've got the extended length for the wiener dog shape. I love it. Bobbus is going to get down there as well.
Okay.
Give it a try, Bob.
I love the luxury of it all, but also can we just talk about
look
these
at my
bowls?
boy. Oh,
like
man.
these bowls are everything, G, right? It's luxurious, and Benji and Moon also supports local artists, so it's all about giving back. This handcrafted, it's beautiful. It's not like your basic, because you see the designer wear and quality of these bowls. Now, you cannot go wrong by letting some of these chic ceramic feeding bowls from Benji and Moon. Now, they're also available in contemporary white or grey, and they're available in different shapes and sizes. So, I mean,
I would eat out of that bowl. That's like a salad bowl. That's beautiful. That really is nice. And then, of course, we've got the accessories in a wide array. I love the faux leather. That, for me, is really beautiful. A wide choice of collars and leads. They're going to be the most stylish pet in the park. I love it. Urban Paws collars and leads, locally designed again, come in a variety of funky colors and prints. Really loving the print design. Soft peel polyester for extra comfort, as well as Bobbus is displaying, and covered with a heavy-duty safety clasp, so they can be put to the test by a robust dog like Bastien here. Benji and Moon's genuine leather dog collars and leads are made from high-quality vegetable tanned leather, heavy-duty hardware, elegant and durable. That's what our dogs deserve.
Love, love, love. Now, you too, of course, can get your dog the perfect life by spoiling them with such a variety of choice available from Woolworths. Now, you can find the range in selected stores and on the websites. So happy shopping for your furry babies.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Because even the furry babies deserve some love on Valentine's Day, don't they?
Do you have dogs?
I don't. Used to have dogs growing up.
What happened?
But hey, what do you mean? I grew up and then they passed.
Yeah. And then now, why don't you get yourself new babies?
Apartment living is quite restrictive when it comes to that.
Fair
kind of
enough.
thing, you know what I
Fair
mean?
enough.
And also, like, we're away a lot, and you can't always ship dogs with you. One day is one day when we have massive backyards and forests.
Mansion.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. But the exciting news right now is that it's almost time for Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao, and this season promises to challenge the contestants mentally, physically, and socially. But before we get we can start with the challenges themselves. We need to just get you guys excited a little bit about the 6 smooth Tropica fans who'll be joining our celebs on the island of Curacao. And leading up to the reveal, we want to see just how good you might be at guessing who they might be. So we've prepared a short video clip, and this clip consists of some of the many entry videos that we've received from Tropica fans, and we've hidden 2 of the 6 contestants in the video. So Gutle, we want to see whether you can guess. So you got to watch carefully and guess which 2 are the ones that are making it through to the island. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Take a look.
You already called me and told me that Tropica Island of Treasure is hosting a competition. Now, ain't no competition unless I'm part of it. Now, why select me? I win international competitions for breakfast.
I've been doing athletics from a very tender age.
I got the chains, I got the flowers, feeling food. You think that was good?
Well, no frills here. Any one of you ladies should be able to pick me. I'm old, but I'm not cold.
Bust down, Tatiana. I wanna see you bust down.
I'm a dancer.
I'm a dancer. Hey!
Okay.
And then that one who was here. Definitely that one who was here.
Okay, you're saying so definitely the guy who poured the topical of himself?
And then that chick who was running up the stairs. No, the one with the tires.
With the tires?
So I guess 3. And then like...
Oh, there's only 2.
Okay, that guy with like a 6-pack. And then like that girl with the... Yeah.
With the tires?
With the tires, yes.
Truth
That is my guess.
Unfortunately, I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
Why not?
Because it's fun for you not to know.
No, I want to know. I need to know.
No, I can't tell you. It's top secret information. Sorry about that, Kutle. But listen, if you at home want to be the first to know who the 6 consumer contestants are, remember to follow at MyTropica on social media. And of course, tune into Expresso every morning between 6 and 9 a.m. as we'll be giving you some hints, and be prepared for the reveal, which is happening very soon. But how is that guy here? Okay.
Hey, hey.
Okay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso Live, right, Jonas? BC3, fun times on a Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for starting the day off with us. We're having such a fun time with the Frenchies here as well. They're going nowhere, just in time to check in what's happening around the world of entertainment.
Yeah, guys, the big talk around town right now is, of course, the 54th edition of America's biggest night in football, the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes.
And there were 2 Latina mamas, superstars that were muy caliente. Yes, Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, who completely stole the show. Now, even though it was only 14 minutes long, the divas had a combined 8 costume changes and 3 guest performers, which included reggaeton stars Bad Bunny and J Balvin. Now, the third performer, a complete surprise, was J-Lo's own 11-year-old daughter, Emmy, who let her powerful vocals shine as she joined her famous mom for a rendition of her song, Let's Get Loud. Let's Get Loud. Yes, we rehearsed these moments.
No,
and Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. Take a look at this video and be amazed.
Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Turn the music to it. Come on, people. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Latinos. Oh,
was just out of this world. This girl is 11 years old.
And you're on the Super Bowl stage.
Goals.
Wow, an amazing moment for all fans of Latin American culture to witness during an event that is all about the unity in sportsmanship and that it brings. What a day
absolutely
indeed.
Beautiful.
Can we also just say that Shakira is 42 years old, guys.
Yes.
J-Lo is 50, and they look like that.
Sisters.
How do you look like that? Your bards are
Must be something in the Latin diet. You got to start eating a Latino kind of diet, maybe. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, now speaking of the unity in sportsmanship, hearts continue to mourn the loss of basketball legend Kobe Bryant and all those who lost their lives in the tragic helicopter crash in Calabasas, California last Sunday, the 26th of January. Now, while details about his memorial service are still being finalized, the investigation into the crash is ongoing. And this past Sunday, it was confirmed that the bodies of Kobe and his daughter Gianna had been released to the funeral home chosen by their family. And while this was happening, even though it was a day of rivalry between contenders San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs at the Super Bowl, players did line up on the 24-yard line for a moment of silence in a somber tribute to the NBA great. And it was wonderful to see, these fraternities and these franchises paying respect to each other like that. And it's just, I think it's been all across the board as well. If you've seen some footage from the Australian Open as well with Novak Djokovic wearing his sweater that had KB 824, the two numbers he donned during his 20-year-long career with the Los Angeles Lakers. So it's just been an outpouring of gratitude and appreciation for what he's contributed to the world of sport over many, many years.
From all over the world as well.
Absolutely. Now, continuing with our Super Bowl Sunday update, one of the biggest talking points of the night is who sings the national anthem and how it even went. So, singer Demi Lovato took to the stage after a rousing tear-jerking performance at last week's Grammys, proving the singer is on a fierce path to a comeback after a near-death drug overdose in July of 2018. And now, a talking point about the American national anthem is who decides to stand or otherwise. And while it is being sung, and global singing sensation Beyonce and her rapper mogul husband Jay-Z are causing quite a stir after viewers noticed that they remained seated while Lovato was performing. And spectators are either in solidarity with the move, which became popular during football player Colin Kaepernick's protest against police brutality a couple of years ago. You guys all remember this story, or are confused by it. And given Jay-Z's collaboration with the NFL to collaborate on entertainment events, including the halftime show, many other fans of hip-hop as well, have been keeping the eyes peeled on what happened off the football field, as the Twitter streets are going crazy with the possibility of rappers G-Eazy and Megan Thee Stallion being an item, romance rumors. And this is after a now deleted video of the two of them cuddling and kissing on a couch was posted on G-Eazy's Instagram story. By mistake? Not. As well as on Instagram, the post featuring Megan's picture. And only time will tell exactly what is going on there, what the real deal is. But I think
they look good together. They look cute together.
Did you see the picture?
Yes, I saw the picture now on screen. I just saw it now on screen, and I hope it's true.
No, man, that's just the two of them apart. I thought you were talking about the picture.
They look good together, as in, like, they make sense.
Do they?
Do you not think that this is a really nice pair?
Analyze that for me quickly.
No, I don't.
Come on,
it's like a Rob Kardashian and Nicki Minaj situation. I don't get it.
You said it. Anyway, in other news, the Bee Gees, trio band, Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb, who formed in 1958, and with over 220 million records sold worldwide, the Bee Gees are the third most successful band after the Beatles and the Supremes. And this is why we are incredibly excited to hear that Showtime is bringing Bee Gees Fever to Johannesburg to recreate the Bee Gees' 1997 one-night-only Las Vegas concert experience. Now, Tolo visited Empress Palace to meet the hand-picked international cast. Take a look at this.
The Theatre of Marcellus will come alive here at Empress Palace until the 9th of February with a theatre-styled remake of the Bee Gees' 1997 concert, One Night Only. It promises to be an engaging 2-hour performance that will transport theatregoers back to the disco era. Guys, tell us more about the characters that you play in this legendary production.
Well, I play Barry. He's the oldest brother. This lovely gentleman over here plays Robin, and this lovely gentleman plays Maurice. Now, Barry is the oldest brother, and he plays the guitar. He was kind of like the leader of the band. My character, he sings in many different types of voices, got a lovely tone that kind of cuts through, and a nice baritone, tenor type of range, and then he's got the high falsetto that he's very famous for, the all that type of thing.
I like my part, actually. The harmonies that I get to sing are the ones that I enjoy singing within the songs. And also the chances that I do get to sing a song by myself, they're quite nice songs. So yeah, that's why I enjoy them. Robin Gibb, the relaxed one.
I'm a piano player as a musician, so the character is just like more naturally for me to pursue. Love the songwriting of the Bee Gees. It was absolutely great songs, hit songs, intricate chord progressions. So yeah, it's a challenge definitely as a musician to follow the Bee Gees' footsteps.
This could be the year for the real thing.
The Bee Gees were in no doubt legends with a career that spanned over 4 decades. For those people who aren't familiar with who they were, who exactly were they?
They're 3 brothers who were born in the UK, then travelled to Australia where they basically started their career and then basically went back to the UK to make it big. They're really big in the 70s, to the point that the Bee Gees were so big in the 70s when Saturday Night Fever came out that radio stations in the USA banned their music because it was they had like 11 songs in the top 20 at one stage, and there's like all the radio stations, all people were hearing was Bee Gees songs. So that's how big they were in the 70s. But prior to that, in the 60s, they had lots and lots of hits.
Johnny, it's been a while since you performed this production in South Africa. Why the decision to bring it back?
It's been a long time, but yeah, the disco music just keeps coming back, and the Bee Gees are iconic, not just for writing their own songs, but writing great songs for other artists as well. You know, everyone loves to get up and dance and have a good time, and this is a sort of show that they can come along and sing along, dance, and just have a really good time. It reminds me of being back in the 70s when I had my platform shoes and my big flared pants, and I hear the music, and I just want to dance, you know.
I'm sure there's so many moments in the show that you enjoy, but if you had to select one highlight, what would you say that is?
It's always that song, Jive Talking. As soon as that song comes on, it's just like, it really just gets me every time. I love singing it, love listening to it. It's my favourite song of the Bee Gees.
So my favourite part is Saturday Night Fever, like when the groove really starts in the evening and everyone stands up and starts dancing along. Yeah, it's quite a nice feeling.
I think my workout routine, but I can't give too much away about that. You'll have to come watch the show.
Bee Gees fans will get to enjoy some of the greatest hits performed by the band live on stage, complemented by state-of-the-art lighting and sound, not forgetting an exceptionally talented hand-picked cast. The perfect way to start the new year.
Were you just taking a selfie with the dog?
Yes, I was. And I literally quickly posted on my social media. I was like, Valentine's is coming. Is this your boyfriend?
Is this your boyfriend? Oh, sweet pups. So we love the Bee Gees. We love the nostalgia that the Bee Gees create. Thank you,
Yes,
Princess.
yes.
Do you have a favourite Bee Gees song?
With a little heart. Thank you.
Oh, where's my heart, man? How deep is your love? That would be my favourite Bee Gees song. How deep is
Really?
your love? Yeah.
Is that a Bee Gees song?
It is a Bee Gees song, believe it or
How
not,
deep
man.
is your love? Is it like the
Yeah.
ocean?
No, that's different. Come on, man.
No, I
Do you
did
even
that on
know?
purpose, okay? I did that on purpose.
Do you have a favourite Bee Gees song?
I only know one song. It's the one that she just told me about now. Staying alive, staying alive.
We love it.
Staying alive.
It sounds exactly like that, man. Well, you can let us know what your favourite Bee Gees song is. And, of course, we've been asking you guys about our Tuesday tune. You get to choose the track. You can get your last few votes in. Robin Peters and the crew are standing by to close off the show in style. We'll see you in a mo.
Rise and shine. There's no better way to wake up other than with Mackie D's for breakfast. Download the McDonald's app for delicious daily deals and start your day the right way.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. This is Expresso right here on SABC3. Now on social media, we have asked you for our Tuesday Tunes competition, or not competition, poll, actually. Which one between Winner Takes It All by ABBA or Finally Found Someone by Barbara Streisand and Bryan Adams you would love for our guest to sing this morning?
People have come through. Chantal Rotenbach says, Winner Takes It All by ABBA. We also have Linky Maroki say, Winner Takes It All by ABBA. Shireen Abrams, of course, said, great having on the show. I love Finally Found Someone. A lot of people came through. Both, please. People saying, sing both. We don't have time for both. Imelda Cubity said, Winner Takes It All by ABBA. So I think it is a fan favorite. A lot of people also said Finally Found Someone, but they have chosen. And the song is Winner Takes It All.
Ooh.
Absolutely, and a quick reminder before we experience that beautiful collaboration between Craig Lucas and Robin Peters, make sure you book your tickets for the 14th of February at the Grand West Grand Arena. The show is called It's a Love Thing Volume 4. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And if you have any doubt as to that fact, here's proving you wrong.
I don't want to talk about the things we've gone through, although it's hurting me. Now it's history. I've played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say, no more ace to play. I was in your arms, thinking I belong there. I figured it made sense, building me a fence, building me a home, thinking I'd be strong there, but I was a fool, playing by the rules. The winner takes it all, the loser has to fall. It's simple and it's plain. Why should I complain? Ya no queda plan, ya se dijo todo. Duele uno ver cosas del ayer. Madota calado, maquinu comeo. Madota mir pede, Wadora calado, calado.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
If it makes you feel sad.